Hello everyone, welcome back. I am RxOliver, and these are my friends, and we're playing Call of Cthulhu. This is the Mound in the Yard, Session 2. I'm here to play tonight with Nomi, with Brian, with Adrian, and our Games Master, keeper of arcane lore for the evening, Mr. Dave. Welcome back everyone. Dave, take it away.
Okay, so last time on the Mound in the Yard, the quiet town of Nolan's Gap was plunged into mystery when a strange, foul-smelling mound of earth began erupting in residents' backyards. The first victim, Ellis Loughty, was found dead atop his mound, and his body was unnaturally decayed. So, a team of experts, or investigators, Caitlin Maxton, Daniel Boone, JJ Lewis and Molly arrived to assist Sheriff Dober, only to be immediately thrust into a deeper mystery. A local woman, Casey Bowman, came screaming from the woods across from the diner where the investigators met, screaming that a man in an animal mask had attacked her and her boyfriend Danny with a machete. The investigators found Danny bleeding profusely, and he was clutching a floppy ear from a stuffed animal. Before he was taken to the hospital, Danny described his attacker as a large man wearing a cow head mask. So the investigation led the group to the Loughty residence, where they discovered a local squatter named Junkie J hiding in the master bedroom. And he revealed a detail saying he had seen a man in a baseball cap collecting dirt from the mound into a box late at night. While excavating Loughty's mound, the team unearthed a wooden stave-style sewer pipe which dated back to 1873. And through diligent research at the local library, Boone discovered that these ancient pipes link all three mound locations to the Brant Broiler Farm. Now, this farm was the site of the infamous Longhandle murders of 1971, where a worker named Mitchell Meacham used a machete to slaughter 5 colleagues. And as the sun began to set, as night fell in and the rain kept coming down, a mysterious figure was spotted by Gatlin, who was watching the group from the tree line before it vanished into the woods. And now, with the 4th of July looming overhead, the investigators have finally persuaded Sheriff Dober to let them break into the abandoned Carlson house to uncover what truly lies beneath Nolan's Gap. So, the Carlson household, you arrived, you convinced the sheriff to let you break into the house to see what's going on. The house was abandoned by the Carlsons, as far as you know.
And this was the second mound to come up, wasn't it?
This was yes, it was. And I think, so the last thing was you persuaded the sheriff, because at first the sheriff didn't want you to, because at the moment there's no crimes been committed. The Carlsons have just maybe gone on vacation, maybe gone away, no one knows. But he's allowed you to break in, but not damage anything if you can help it. So what are you doing?
Question. I think Lewis and Maxton are there.
Sorry, you're at the library, aren't you? Sorry.
I think I'm still at the library. Where's Molly?
Yes.
I'm still
Molly.
doing stuff with Bob.
Her and Bob.
Okay.
She insisted on moving the whole mound to make sure there was nothing hiding in it.
So, that's right. So at the moment then, so we've got JJ, Caitlin Maxton, Boone's at the library, and Molly is digging the mound at the Loughty household.
Yep. She must be nearly finished by now.
Well, I tell you what we'll do. So what's JJ and Maxton doing?
So we managed to convince the sheriff that there's no harm in taking a look.
Mm-hmm. He said as long as you don't damage anything, he'll allow it. And the sheriff's gonna say, look, I don't want to be here while you guys do this, so I'm gonna head back to the station. And he'll get in his car and head off back to the police station, so not to be involved in
When-
breaking and entering.
When he leaves, I'm going to mention to Lewis, because Lewis is a police officer. I'm going to be like, that sheriff here is useless, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely useless. He's scared to go in and look at this place. I'm not even police, and he'd rather I go in than he does. He's useless. Just I want that to be on the record. That guy, he's either useless or sus. He's either useless or sus. It's one of the two.
Yeah, it's doing a wellness check.
I don't know. It's a small town. Word gets around.
Anyway,
Yeah, but wouldn't it make more sense for him to be there and say, "Look, nothing
does,
happened.
like,
They
it
just
does,
went in,
it
we
does.
went in, did a wellness check, and then left.
it's
Lock the door back."
yeah, it's weird that he won't
So-
go in with us.
No, well, at the end of the day, a crime. There's no crime has happened at this property, so he's got no probable cause to break into the house. He doesn't need to do a wellness check because they've not been there for a couple of weeks, and the vehicle's not there. So, as far as
Nobody's
anyone's
reported
aware,
them
they've
missing.
gone away. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah, there's nothing to alarm anyone here. I understand that, but because of the circumstances around, there is reason to be alarmed. I mean, this guy's just a pussy. Fair enough. I'm not a pussy, and my friend Officer Lewis here is Deputy Lewis, whatever rank you are. He is not a pussy. So we'll go in and we'll check this place out. Are we going to have a look at the mound first, JJ?
Yeah, let's take a look at the mound.
okay. So you had him around the back.
Mm-hmm.
So the mound, as you get round the back of the house, the mound is taped off with police tape because obviously it's part of this whole thing, and they don't want anyone climbing on it and getting it, having any accidents and stuff like that. As you get close, you can see that it's very similar to what you saw at the Louty household, but you do see there's like clumps of like a tar-like material, and you like a faint smell of sulfur. And if you want to give us if you give me a natural will roll, one of you.
How's your natural world, Adrian?
Depending on-
Mine's is just the standard
And,
10. Well, he said one of us, so I'll just let you fail, I guess.
No.
Yeah, you've no idea what these things are.
Well,
They're
I mean, I'm
they're-
looking at
they're
it as
just
well,
like
so I think
lumps
it's
of
fair that
black.
I think it's maybe fair that I get a
Go
roll
on,
as
yeah,
well,
yeah,
isn't
go
it?
on.
Yeah,
I'll let you
okay.
let you roll as well. Because yeah,
He
go on.
knows everything. It was on a TV
I
show.
I do know most things, but unfortunately,
Yeah,
I've
you don't know
not
this
seen this
stuff.
before. Yeah,
I don't know. Well, looks like mulch.
Yeah, but it's like gooey and black, and you just if
Oh,
you
that's
was asked to
that's
describe
what
it, it'd
JJ
be
thinks
tar.
it is. He's
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch it with my bare hands. I'm gonna grab a stick or something and get a poke and like see if I can get a little bit of tarry black substance on the stick and get a closer look at it without touching it.
Yeah, you can do that, and like I say, it's just it's squidgy and soft. Like, so if you've ever seen a block of tar before it's melted,
Yeah.
it's like that, but squidgy and soft and a bit horrible. And it's obviously got dirt all over it and things like that. And there's a few of these lumped into the mound.
And they're just lumps. What kind of size?
Like about the size of a apple-ish.
Tennis ball, baseball.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. And there's how many of them? And they're on top of the dirt mound.
A few, so they're sort of just in the mound. I'd say you could probably see about 3 or 4 of them.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a shovel because
Unless
I brought a
if you do a
shovel.
full round.
I'm gonna grab a shovel and I'm
Okay.
gonna have a bit dig, just like a few scoops into like a bit of the mound and see if there's going to be more of these throughout, just so I can get a rougher estimate of how many of these are in it. Like, are they just scattered kind of around the top, or are these going to be throughout the whole mound?
Sorry.
But if you take a couple of digs into the mound, and you can see that there's also a few inside the mound as well. So they're actually
So they are throughout.
It's not like they've been put there. They're part of.
They've not been
part of
pushed to the
mound's
top, and they've
build-up.
not just all been pushed to the top either. They are throughout. Is the point of having a look?
These are like random clumps of tar.
Just They weren't in the last.
How does it smell?
That's what stands out
Does it
to
have
you.
a tar smell
Like
to it?
sulfur. So
Sulfur.
rotten
Like eggs.
smell.
Aye.
Rotten eggy, gassy smell, sort of sulfury,
Like gas.
burnt match smell.
Now, wasn't there a gas main, an old gas main that they dug into the first mound? Like an old one, or an old pipe of some sort?
It was a sewer main or a sewer pipe.
main. A sewer main, aye. But this smells like natural gas.
Or rotten eggs.
Aye, sulfury.
As you're doing that, you hear a cooey, a voice,
Fucking cooey.
and you look over and you see a face watching you in the garden. Let me find a picture for you. Where is she? You see this person as she looks over to you.
Oh, she looks nice. Put my gun. Lower my gun.
And she's waving, saying, "Hello, hello.
Hello.
Are
Hello.
you here to help with where the Carlsons have gone?"
Well, perhaps, yeah. I've maybe got a few questions for you, if you wouldn't mind. Are you the neighbour?
Yeah. Yeah, my name's Latanisha Jackson.
Hi, Latanisha.
I-
You're the neighbour,
I'm-
yeah?
Yeah, and yeah. Do you want me to come over to you and we can have a?
Yeah, please
We can
do,
have a
please
talk.
do, please do.
And she goes, makes her way round, and comes and has a chat to you. In the meantime, back at the library, we know that you've done your research, Boone. You found out that if I can find it.
I can't zoom on that one, Dave.
Oh, sorry.
Cheers, mate.
There you go.
Thank you.
I think it was you found this article, and you also found out that the pipes were all connected, or the older pipes came from sourced from the Broiler Farm, if I remember rightly. Let me double check.
What's the name of this couple? Sorry, Dave, I'm writing my notes.
Carlson.
Carlson. Thank you, mate.
Carlsons.
Thank you.
Fine. Yeah, so you did really well on the research after you speak to the deaf old librarian that helped you. So what are you doing after you've made this discovery?
Well, I did grab my car, so I guess I will hop in my car and head out to the Carlson place, since I knew that's where they were going next. So I'm looking at the map. Where is... Oh, I guess the Boiler Farm, the Brant Boiler Farm, doesn't have like a specific location. It just takes up a lot of space, kind of in the northern part of the map.
Yeah, so it's at the northern part of town.
Yeah. Okay.
It's on like
And
loads of
what
acres
did they-
of land.
What did they focus on again? Were they livestock? Were they
Poultry.
Chickens,
they
turkeys
were-
and shit.
Poultry, chickens. Yeah, chickens probably mainly.
would this be?
Chicken farm.
I mean, this is in the 80s, right? So
Early 80s.
So would this be considered like a I don't know why I can't pull the word out of my brain right now, but like a company farm, or is this still a
No,
private
so
farm?
this was the thing. If you remember the I think it was the Brant Boiler Farm and the DeForest Farm. They were two farms in town that actually resisted big corporate wannabe takeovers. So they survived that whole corporate takeover of farmyards.
Gotcha. But still,
Back in
the
that time.
older sewer line that I found goes from the Brant Boiler Farm to all of the locations, the Carlsons, the Royce, or under at least.
Where the mounds
and
have
the
appeared, yes.
Mountie, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Were there any other locations that stand out in town to me that the pipes might lead under?
Not that you found out, no.
Okay, all right,
Not
cool.
that you
So yeah, I'll
discovered.
head to the Carlsons then.
Okay. Alrighty, and Molly.
Take me a while to get there.
What's Molly doing?
Looking for the bottom of this mound.
She's gonna carry on digging.
You must be near it. You must be near the bottom of it.
Gotta be.
I mean, there's you keep digging. There's
Any minute now.
you're almost getting to, like, after all the few hours that you've been digging, and poor Bob, the driver of Gatling, and cameraman, you've got to, like, the clay. There's nothing at the bottom of this mound. There's no nothing
It's
hidden.
just grass or whatever. was
Yeah,
there
you've reached sort of the ground level, and if you've carried on digging, which I assumed you would have
No,
done for
I'm
a
not
little
trying
bit.
to dig down deeper into the earth.
Yeah, there's nothing else.
Yeah, I was wondering what was at the bottom of this thing. If there was grass or a hole or something. So I mean, if
No, it's just yeah.
a layer of
it's just
grass
normal.
or whatever random yard stuff.
Worth noting that
Yeah.
you've moved the whole mound and nothing attacked you. It's worth noting that. That's good.
Yeah, nothing jumped out.
Nothing jumped out of it.
Crack open an ice cold Coca-Cola and go, okay. Job well done.
Take a rest.
Eat that nutritious Snickers bar that we got from the machine last night, and
There you go.
get back in the shade for a few minutes. Wait for somebody to come pick us up.
Well, did I not go in your car, JJ? So Bob's got my van. Bob's got the TV van, right?
Yes, Bob's got the van. Yeah.
Aye. You guys have got the
Okay.
van. You can go whenever.
Okay.
Bob is
So-
at your beck and call.
I guess, Bob, wherever you think your boss is, or wherever you think we can find people in this town.
Yeah, so I mean, Bob knows where. I think you told Bob where you were going.
We did tell
You were
Bob
going
we
to the
were going.
Carlsons, and yeah, so if you and Bob get in the van, you can head over to the Carlson household as well, or you can go. Well, you can go wherever you want to, really. Oh yeah. Back.
You got another mound to dig. There's a whole other mound here.
Boom.
Ridiculous.
takes you about 10-15 minutes to get across town to the Carlson household, and you pull up outside the yard and approach, and you can see Gatling and JJ talking to this woman, and as you approach, you can hear her saying that I've been neighbours with the Carlsons for a while. I'm a nurse over at the school, and me and Jen is Jen Carlson.
What's this lady's name
we
again? Sorry.
Latanisha, Latanisha.
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 Okay.
So yeah. I'll ask me anything. I want to know what's gone on with the Carlsons as much as anybody.
Yeah. Should we stand in the? We'll stand like in the porchway bit of the gaff, so we're not getting rained on. Or is it actually daytime and not raining? This is just the effect you happen to have on the map.
It's still raining, but it's daytime. What time was it? So you went back to the motel, didn't you? And spent the night. So
Sure, we're in
it's
the
probably
middle of the day.
mid-afternoon now.
Aye.
We were
Yeah.
digging up dirt in the daytime, in the rain, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Somehow didn't catch that. Okay.
No, I don't think it was raining earlier. I remember you saying ignore the rain on the map. It's not raining, Dave. Sure you did.
Did I?
Aye, I'm sure you did.
Okay.
And it was the middle of the day as well.
I don't think we would have been going, hey, let's dig up this thing.
Let's stand here out in the rain digging. No, I don't think we would have.
Yeah. I'm not saying.
Aye, so yeah, I'll we'll stand and have a chat with this lady, Officer Lewis. I don't know if you want to do the questions but I've got a couple of things I can think of that I want to ask her, but I'll let you go first as the police officer, of course.
And obviously, Boone has walked up at this point as well. So, if Boone wants to ask any questions, he's more than welcome. But yeah, go ahead.
So Miss Letitia, is it? Letitia or
Jackson's my last name.
Miss
Letitia.
Jackson?
Miss
Okay.
Jackson.
So
Miss Jackson.
So yeah, we're pretty much investigating, but they said that the Carlsons have been gone for like several weeks now. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
before, and did you notice anything strange like before their
Well,
disappearances? Was anything?
Let me
happening?
tell you. I'll tell you. Let me tell you. I think this is what I think. I think that Philip, Jen's husband, I think he was jealous of Jen's job. So I think he's killed her. And started to bury her here. That's where the mound came from.
Oh, you do?
But then I think that was too obvious. So I think he's buried her at the hay farm. And then he's obviously fled the country.
Well,
I mean, I can't prove it, but that's what I think happened.
the thing is, Latanisha, there's been a couple of other mounds appeared in town, so do you think he's trialled a couple of spots in town before
You
doing
never
it somewhere
know.
else? I don't know.
You never know.
I mean, obviously we'll look into that lead, but we've got a few more questions for you. Did they leave town, or did he leave town, as you say, just straight after the mound appeared? Yeah.
Just up and gone. I can't remember what exact day it
Did
was,
you
but I
did
remember
you
the
see
mounds.
did you see him leave and it was just him in the car, or was he and she there, or
No, I just woke up one day and they weren't here.
and they were gone?
And
The car was gone as well, eh?
yeah.
And they never said
mean,
anything
why-
to you about they
Jen
were
wasn't
leaving.
happy in the marriage. Jennifer wasn't happy in the marriage.
Now, if I may, I'm an investigative journalist, and I'm sure you've read some articles before in town. I gotta ask, Miss Jackson, why would you say the hay farm?
Because that's where Jen worked.
That's where Jen worked.
Oh, that's for sure.
And,
What'd she do over there?
Where did her beau work?
He didn't like Jen working there. I think he just, I can't remember where did he work.
Did he
Do you know, I
happen
don't
to
think
work
he
at the
did. I
Brant
don't
farm?
think he did work.
Oh, you don't think he worked? Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Sorry. Yeah.
No wonder she wasn't happy in her marriage.
He did. Sorry. I've totally read that the wrong way around. He worked at the hay farm.
Right.
She worked at the school. Sorry, that's my fault.
That's right. You said she
I
was
was reading-
You said she was a teacher at school. Actually.
She teaches. She was a
So you
teacher at
think-
school at chemistry. So she's a high flyer, and he works at a hay farm.
So you think he's killed her
So
and then buried her at the hay farm?
Jealousy.
But why would he
Yeah,
bury
they
her
didn't
at
like
her
each
work? It's a strange one.
Men are twisted. Men are sick,
Not all of us.
especially when they snap like that.
Yeah, I think women can snap like that too. I don't think that's a masculine trait to be a psychopath killer. I think women can do that as well, Miss Latanisha. Obviously not a lady like you, but there are women capable out there that can do that as well, you know. He's
Anybody could snap, but I
yeah.
think possibly men are under more pressure. Seems less likely for a woman to snap to me, anyway.
Oh, I mean, I think men murder women in much higher rates than women murder men, but I just mean that it can happen the other way around as well.
Do you know what? Do you know what the problem was with Philip? He was always grouchy. He was always moody. He made Jen feel bad.
You don't
They
ca-
moved up from Chattanooga to Nolan's Gap, even though he didn't give anything up. He got fired from his construction job because he started a fight and he pushed some other guy off a roof. That's what was going on with his head.
Push somebody off a roof.
And he's lucky that the guy lucky that the guy only suffered a broken ankle. So yeah, Philip, Jen,
So he is a man with a violent past.
he had a
Or
temper.
at least a temper.
At least a temper and at least one past incident of violence. Okay, that's very good to know. Thank you so much for this information. It's very good to know. And where do you think he would go? Does he have family anywhere else in the country, or?
I don't know. I don't know about his where. I just knew that when they moved up from Chattanooga, and I made friends with Jen, and never really liked Philip. Didn't really care to know what Philip was, where he was from. I didn't.
Now,
I didn't like him, and there was just something about him.
you Americans may have to help me here. Where is Chattanooga? I've heard of it before, but I couldn't tell you where.
It's in Tennessee. It's
Tennessee,
it's a
so
very
it's
very
supposed-
beautiful.
And we're we're in Texas, right?
No, we're
No,
in
we're
Tennessee.
we're
We're
in
in
Tennessee.
Tennessee as well.
So it's close. It's not
Check.
like they've moved across the country.
Yeah,
right?
no,
It's what I'm
no,
trying
it's,
to
it's
establish.
close. It's
It's the same
But, like,
state.
Aye, we're in the
In the
same
middle
state.
of nowhere, I think that in Chattanooga is an actual town that people have heard of.
Yeah.
it is, but it's also very rural and naturey. It's got a lot of nice rivers and stuff. I've been there before.
Aye, so it's like a bigger town in a rural state, basically, isn't it?
Apparently, there's also a
Yes.
choo-choo.
Yeah, just about.
I've heard of Chattanooga before. So it's Tennessee, so it's same state. We're not talking about somewhere across the United States. We're talking about they've moved from
Yeah, no.
the bigger town to the smaller town in the same
Yeah.
state. It's no far away. Is the point I was getting at.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
the more known town, yeah.
Yeah. Just get my geography. Try to work with it if they'd moved across the country to here or what, but they've not at all. It's the opposite of that. Cool.
All right, now, Miss Jackson,
And you know-
I think you've helped us a lot here, but we gotta look into some things. You got anything else to say?
I was just gonna say that Jen was really liked. She was really liked by the students at the school. She was teaching summer school when they suddenly went missing, or when they suddenly vanished, or however you want to put it. It wasn't like Jen to just not show up to work and not tell anyone.
I'm guessing she never told anyone she was leaving. There was no hints that she
So
was
I'm
leaving.
looking
in the
around.
weeks
Is
before.
there a vehicle here?
No.
Is there a vehicle in the driveway?
They took the car, yeah.
Miss Jackson, do you
No.
know what vehicle they drove? I imagine they were a single
Oh.
vehicle family.
It's one of those. I'm not too big on. I don't know much about cars. I think it was one of like a truck
It
thing.
was a truck. A truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
okay.
colour? What
Okay.
colour truck?
Like a black back. I think it was like dark blue or something.
Okay, that's a dark blue
Okay.
flat black truck. That's good. Thank you.
All right. Well, if you need me for anything else, I'll be in my house. But if I can go, if you're okay with that, can I go?
Yeah. 2 seconds. I'll do you a wee autograph. Soon as you were so nice and you never made any fuss about me being a celebrity, I normally don't like doing these, but because you were like exceptionally nice and never made a fuss or anything, you can have
And-
one. There you go.
As you sign it and you pass it to her, she looks at it and goes, "Oh, thank you, Gary." So yeah, you're
Gary.
still at the Carlson's house.
I'm gonna.
Molly and Bob have finally got there, so you're all there now, and I'll assume that you all share the things that you found, but you can tell me if that's not the
Yeah.
case.
As Bob walks
No, I
over,
definitely share about the Brant farm and the old pipe system. I don't know, y'all. I think something might be coming down the pipes off of that Brant farm. I think we need to check that place out.
possibly. And as Bob and Molly walk over to us, I'm going to look at Bob and throw the shovel to him for him to catch and give him a wink. As soon as he sees the mound, I'm going to throw it, and then be like, "Nah, I'm just jesting with you, Bob. We're not going to dig this one up. I'm just jesting with you. Relax."
Yeah, I was about to
relax."
say. I don't think. I think it's fairly clear that neither of them youngins are here. I say we check out the Brant farm. I don't know where they would have went.
Do you think we should have a poke around their house first? We have got permission to do so.
Did you
We
figure
can.
out like, where upstream and downstream this pipe might come from or go to?
I did. So, from what I could tell, it seems like the pipes go from the Brant farm down to each of the locations where one of these mounds has shown up.
Okay,
It
so
does.
Brant Farm sounds like a good bet then.
Definitely snooping around these people's house first.
Alrighty. Who wants to do the pick the lock?
I can
What
try.
we
I
decide.
think I'm the only person we decided that actually has.
I think you have some ability in it, don't you? Lockpick,
Not
where are
much,
you?
but
I
some.
don't. I've got one. Knock yourself out, mate.
Where is it? What's it under? Why is it
Lockpick.
in alphabetical order?
L for lockpick. It is alphabetical.
Yeah, I'm looking
I
at
think.
L. Oh, it's locksmith. But
Locksmith,
yes.
sorry, locksmith.
Oh, locksmith, yeah.
Yeah, I got 40%. I'll give it a go.
That's 39 more than me. There you go.
Oh, look at that. There you
Hard
go.
success.
Yeah, absolutely no problem for Boone as he pulls out his little lockpick clip, whatever it is. And
Now again, I
just
remind you, I just do this for practice. This
See,
is
I
not
was
a
just
common
about to
thing for
say,
me.
I was going to give you a look and go, you're awful good at that, Mr. Boone. awful good at that, eh?
I just mess around with locks in my spare time. Sometimes I go down to the antique places and offer to open up things for them that they're trying to sell. You know, it's nothing untoward.
Sure, it's an interesting hobby, lock picking. Admirable.
you never know when you'll need it.
Never know when you'll need
Absolutely.
it. Could come in handy in the
Good,
most dire of
it's a good side
situations.
gig.
There you go. So you all go through the door as Boone, with a confident sort of smug grin, because it took him absolutely 0 seconds to get this lock done, and he opens it, and you all walk in the house. The first thing that hits you is
I let all of them
clean
enter
and-
first while I pull out a comb and straighten my hair.
do the funds.
I'll give you. I'll hand
you
you.
all notice-
I'll hand you a wee mirror to do it with, mate, because I'll be doing mine. Because Bob's coming in with his camera, mate. Bob's got a big, massive shoulder-mounted camera. You best look good. You
Bob
best
and
look
the
good.
camera.
You all notice how clean, how neat and tidy the house is. There's no, like in the last place, there's no dirt on the carpets.
dirt
Everything's
tracks.
spotless. No dirt tracks. Everything's put away. It's really nice, neat and tidy. As you move through the house, almost all the rooms are the same, tidy, clean. Give us a spot hidden roll. Everyone can do this.
Okay.
Good.
I've got a good spot hidden.
I should have my character open.
Good.
So JJ Lewis, let's pair.
Oh.
Oh dear. You're still doing your hair, are you?
Aye, hang on. I'll finish doing my hair and put my glasses on, and I'm going. i.e., I'm going to push it.
Okay. You have to tell me how.
I'm,
You have to justify it,
I'm
but yeah,
stop doing
go
my
on.
hair and put my glasses on, mate. I just said.
Okay, sorry, yeah, you did. Yeah. Go on then.
Push, come on. Yay.
A couple people got it.
I mean, I'm a big advocate for certain spot hidden rules can't be pushed because they're passive, but this is we're looking for stuff, so I wouldn't call it for this one.
Yeah, you're literally walking through the house.
We're actively looking.
And it's the first thing you see how clean, tidy in the bedrooms. The wardrobes are open and there's nothing in them, so it's clear that
They have moved.
they emptied the wardrobe of clothing and things like
Is
that.
there furniture in
Yeah. It's
So is it like
it's a lived-in house for all intents and purposes.
it's a living house but the clothes are gone? So is there sheets on the bed, for example?
Beds are made.
Beds
Yeah.
are made. Beds are made and tidy and
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah. Like in every room. Cushions are on the sofa.
But clothing and personal items are missing.
Yeah.
Like toothbrushes. Are there toothbrushes gone or toothbrushes there?
If you're in the bathroom, who's in the bathroom? So I'll tell you what, we'll do this room by room.
Have we
Who
got
wants to be in the bathroom?
I shall volunteer to do the bathroom.
So you're in the bathroom, bedroom, even though we've gone through it. Who's in the bedroom?
I think Boone's going to stay in the living room just to make it simple because he's trying not to get into
I'll-
these people's business.
Okay, Boone's in the
JJ will
living
stay
room.
in the bedroom.
And Molly, kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so bathroom, yeah, you notice the cupboards, no medication in the cupboards, toothbrush and toothpaste gone, no toiletries, but everything's dead clean. Like I say, it's, you can tell when the house has been. It's that old thing we used to have where before you go on holiday, your
You clean
mum
the
and
gaff.
dad would
Yeah,
clean the
yeah,
house
yeah.
from top to bottom, just in case someone broke in.
No, so it's nice when you come back.
Made
That's
it
what
nice
it's
and
for.
clean. Oh, it's nice when you come back, exactly. So yeah, it's
Yeah, nothing
spotless
got
in the
disgusting while
bathroom.
you were out because you left it out.
Kitchen, same thing. No pots or plates or.
It's how you would have
any
a house
cups
if you,
left out.
it's how you would have a house if you had moved
selling
and
it.
you were selling it. If you were selling it, it would
Well,
look
you were
like
trying
this.
to sell it like a show home.
Yeah, it would look like this. Still be
Um,
furnished. You would have stuff on the bed to make it look lived, or like what it's going to look like when it's lived in. So this looks like a house that's for sale, for all intents and purposes. Yeah.
And the living room, again, you see everything in its place, Brian. The only difference in the living room is there is a ham radio set up in the corner, or CB radio for UK viewers. And you can see that's why there's the big antenna on the side of the house. So
Yeah, I'll
I
go
remember you
flick it on
mentioned
to see
that,
if it's
actually.
picking up anything. I'm not going to change the dial. I'm just going to see if it's going to pick up anything when I turn it on.
give us an electronics roll.
To turn it on?
Well, you can turn it on. Lights come on. Nothing
Yeah.
happens though. Yeah, it'll have
Okay,
that
so it's not automatically
Static
tuned
key.
into
No.
something.
No.
Well, then I wouldn't know what to tune it into, so I'll just turn it back off. Like I don't.
Okay.
I was hoping they would have had it set to something, and maybe I would pick up like whatever he was last listening, or she
From
was
truckers or
last
something.
listening to. Yeah.
Whatever it was it might have been changed before
Sure,
leaving,
sure.
or
It's truckers that
whatever.
use that. It's
Yeah.
it's truck drivers that use that, isn't it?
Primarily
No.
truckers.
So
Sometimes it can be used for
CBs,
picking up police chatter and things like that.
CBs and hams are different, even in the States. So CB is what a trucker would use. A ham radio is just for
Your house, somebody in the basement.
picking up really anything. Ham radio operators listen to radio waves in general. They can pick up trucker signals, but they also, like, ham radios sometimes have the hobby of trying to pick up, like, number stations
Right, okay.
or all kinds of random stuff.
So just
But their ham radios aren't the pick up the thing and, like, come back 1-2-1-2.
So
That's a CB.
you're more listening than anything else. Like
Yeah, I mean, they can communicate if they have a microphone, but
it's similar to like how a scanner would work.
yeah, you're listening.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
listening.
yeah.
It's more
Uh-huh.
an incoming thing.
exactly.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in the bathroom anyway, taking all the drugs. Nah, they don't have any drugs.
Well,
And
no,
anyway,
'cause
I'm
you
a
took
character.
them all.
I'm not me. I'm not taking any drugs.
So on the near the ham radio that setup that you find this as well, Boone.
You didn't let me say what I was looking for, but go ahead.
It's
I was going to
just-
say
it's-
I'm looking
it's-
to see
it's-
if there's like a journal or a pad where they're tracking like frequencies and things
Yeah,
like that. But what do I find?
yeah. So, but this is just on top of as you flick it on, you spot this thing, and it's literally just a sheet of. I'll show it to everyone.
Okay, I was going to say I haven't seen it yet. Okay, call book radio. Yeah, okay. Meacham, R.I.P. Mike.
So they're just. It seems like they're a hobbyist for it, and they just listen to shit on hobby.
Yeah, that's what a lot of hobbyists do.
Yeah.
Front page of a magazine, isn't it?
When I was young, my cousin used to speak to random truckers on a CB radio.
Yeah.
Never
It's a
had
very
pedo-
80s
never
thing.
never had pedos back in my day. It was safe. Children could talk to random adults all day long. It was sound back in the day. Yeah?
Well, I don't know about that. They just weren't as easy to catch.
Wouldn't want to do it these days.
Meacham and R.I.P. Mike. Can I make it all? So the scribbles underneath Meacham, does that look like something has been crossed out, or does it just look like emphatic?
Thick underline.
Underlined.
Like a highlight. Yeah, this is.
Okay.
It looks like a thick
Something.
underline. Meacham. Are we in consensus that that's a U after the H?
Yeah.
That's what I'm reading
Yeah,
it as.
yeah.
Meacham.
I've got MEACHUM.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then R.I.P. Mike. Is there a telephone in the house still connected?
Yes.
I'm gonna go over to the telephone with this. I'm gonna grab. It's like a cover torn off or something like that, or is it the full
Yeah, it's like
magazine?
the front page of a magazine.
Okay, well I'm gonna pick it up and pocket it, and then I'm gonna walk over to the telephone. I'm gonna dial the sheriff's office.
Alrighty.
That wait for in that useless gimp for.
Because I don't know who
Yes,
these people are, and he might.
Yeah.
So you know,
Well,
without going into full voice and
let's-
everything, I'm gonna see if they can connect me to. Sorry, go ahead.
Go just before you do. Don't forget the library that you did the research you did at the library.
I don't recall either of those names, do I?
Mitchell, Meacham.
Oh, see, I lost.
Michael,
Yeah, I lost the. I
yeah.
didn't have this anymore. Mitchell, Meacham.
Oh, have you not
Michaela,
got access to it?
No, I don't have access to it.
And this was up at the Broiler Farm, wasn't
so-
it? That's right.
It was. Well, not
Like-
exactly. So
Mid.
Or he was an
Mitchell.
employee there.
yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Look at the last paragraph.
Fifth Vic. Yeah, I
Not
see.
that
it.
I'm trying.
Carlson.
Not that I'm
No.
trying to guide you.
Yeah, now, question. Is it chicken?
Oh.
Is chicken shit smell like sulphur? Because chickens have been mentioned a few times. Chicken and poultry have been mentioned a
Yeah.
few times. Chicken
Yes.
shit smells like sulphur, eh?
Don't know. Pass. I don't know. I know what chickens
Right.
lay. That could
Chickens
potentially
lay
smell like
eggs.
sulphur.
And eggs smells like sulphur. There you go.
Eggs gone off.
Aye,
Yeah.
yeah. Right, okay.
My Carlson.
Or the poo.
Like
It's- I think-
Carlson.
Oh, so okay, so Mike is related to.
Mike Carlson was one of
This
the
guy.
victims.
Philip.
So he was doing some research. Meacham, rest in peace, Mike,
Very-
which is I don't
This
know,
guy got
brother,
away.
cousin, maybe?
This guy got away, didn't he? Did this shit.
Meacham?
Yeah,
No,
Meacham.
Meacham is killed too. Wasn't
Oh,
he?
no.
Did I read that wrong?
No, I'm sure he got
No,
away with it.
Beecham,
isn't it?
no.
He been caught, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Meacham
right,
Found
was
okay.
guilty this week of 5 counts of first-degree murder.
Ah, right. Yes. Sorry. So he's not on the run or anything. He's caught.
Sentenced to death.
Yep. And is he
Um,
dead now? How long ago was this? Is the guy that did it dead?
This was
August
in the
13th.
70s.
71.
And
was 10
where are
years
we?
ago.
So
10 years ago.
if he was sentenced to death, he would have been put to death already.
They can drag
Not
it.
Not
necessarily.
necessarily at all.
necessarily.
Not
You can
always
necessarily
check.
at all.
Can
Yeah.
drag that out.
People have been on death row for a lot longer than 10 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people have been on it longer than that and got out.
Less common back then.
Oh yeah, back then absolutely less common.
Let's see, time charts, world census, then and now. Changes in listings.
I mean, the Broiler Farm's a definite go-to place where we have to check that out. Because that's
It is,
where the
but
guy.
now I'm wondering if we need to talk to Meacham too.
Yeah. So this guy and the
If we
people he
can,
murdered
even.
worked there.
Say that again,
Yeah, but-
sorry.
And Royce.
But all these mounds, I feel red herring-ish. All these mounds are coming out from this one farm. Let's go check out that one farm first.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But we have some other things to look into if need be. But yeah, I think we need to head out to the Brand Farm unless you guys have found anything else in the house.
No. Oh well. We'll see. We'll see. Did we, Dave?
I'm going to be straight up with you, Dave. I'm not a radio operator. I don't know if I'm supposed to be trying any of these radio codes on this cover. Because my understanding of how radios work is you don't just turn a radio on and start randomly dialing. Like, you're trying to find specific
You're
frequencies.
listening for a frequency and you're checking
There's-
until you find it. Yeah.
There's
It looked like
no
that paper
specific
had
frequency
channels,
on this
right?
cover. No.
So, no, if you turn, if someone wants to turn the the ham radio on and tinker with it, it will take a what did I say? Electronics roll. It's not one of those. It's not going to be a failure means you don't get anything out of it. It just means you won't get the entire lot. Does that make sense?
I feel forward. Yeah.
Fail forward. Yes, that's the
Anybody have
word.
anything higher than 10?
What are we on? Electronic repair.
Electronics. I think
It's just electronics. I've got a 50.
Okay, there you go.
I'll have a wee look at this radio. Anyone any advance on 50?
Not for me, no.
Okay, I'll have a wee look at it.
Got a 1 electronic.
Maybe I'll try some of the codes.
Give us a roll.
Okay. Give me.
But I mean, if it has some channels there listed, you know,
There
turn
aren't
it
any
on.
channels listed on that
one of
sheet.
the channels.
Yeah, it doesn't have channels listed on it. So.
No.
Don't know
Like
what
to
we,
say, you've not failed.
but I'm just
you-
having a general
you
listen and
managed
tune
to-
around.
Yeah, so you managed to find what you think is a I'd say it's like not an old broadcast, but it's recent. But you don't know how recent.
It's pre-recorded rather than live. We
Yeah.
can tell. Basically.
Yeah, sort
Right,
of.
Officials have confirmed one escaped from Tennessee State Penitentiary in Nashville. Nearby residents in the area received phone calls about the prison escape at around 3 p.m. Thursday evening, and were urged to lock their doors. Law enforcement officers are looking for convicted mass murderer 57-year-old Mitchell Meacham. Authorities say Meacham escaped by climbing over 2 of the security fences. Meacham had already left the area before authorities were notified of his escape. Department of Corrections is working with local law enforcement and that's where it's out.
Oh, Meacham's out.
Well,
He didn't
smart
die.
He wouldn't come back here, but who knows?
He has been on death row more than 10 years and gotten out.
Yeah,
Interesting.
lawyer's job to try and keep him alive as long as I can, I guess.
It is, yeah. They've done a good job in this case. I'm proud of them. We beat the system.
What are you doing?
I don't know. From reading that article, I still don't think Meacham is the problem. But
Yeah. We're still going to that farm, I think.
Yep.
Okay. You all go. Are you going? Which one are you going to?
The broiler farm. The
was
chicken
it
farm.
Bryant? The broiler farm.
Yep.
Was it
Okay.
was
so
it the site of the murder, or was it just he was an employee there? Did it happen there as well?
the broiler farm happened?
It happened there, didn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
where Royce, quote unquote, caught him doing it. But again, the only witnesses to that are him and Royce.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he's
Right.
been?
Don't
Do you think he's
people have
maybe been?
guns or weapons?
Question. Do you think he's maybe been stitched up and he's trying to get back at Royce? Maybe Royce did it and he's been boiling away for 10 years, so I'm going to get out of this jail and get Royce, and he's gotten out of this jail and now he's after Royce. Do you think we should be looking for Royce?
Well, I mean, we could always go to Royce's house.
I think we should just go there now, because if he's broken out of jail, I think that's who he's after. I think maybe he's been stitched up, framed by Royce, and he's out to get Royce for revenge. Maybe. Just a wee suspicion. Just because.
Okay, well, I mean, that's an interesting theory and all, but it probably doesn't have anything to do with the mounds. And
Probably, you're right. And that's what we're here
I
to
would go-
investigate, right?
guild or whoever sent
Well,
us out here.
No, let's be clear. We're not here to investigate the mounts. We're here to investigate why a couple is missing,
And
why a
that
man
guy
is dead, and why another man is crazy.
Mhm.
The mounds are peripheral to that. Now, the mounds may be causing that on some level, but like
Yeah. So, when I was digging
Either
in
way,
the mound,
checking on Royce, I think, is a viable option. Going to the Broiler Farm, I think, is a viable option. I think we need to keep an eye out for Meacham.
Oh yeah.
I personally don't think Meacham is the threat, but that's just me.
So, I'll tell you that.
he certainly wasn't before, right? I mean,
I'll tell you
Well,
that.
Meacham? I mean,
the police
he's...
officer would have told us if he was.
It sounded-
We just heard the radio broadcast that he had escaped, though.
That
That's-
radio broadcast.
We have to
made-
assume that that's a current broadcast. That's not a recording.
So that broadcast mentioned Wednesday night. What day is it, Dave?
What day is it now?
So he could have been at the jail a couple of days. That guy in the heat suit could be him.
Saturday.
Could.
Yeah, he's been
It
out
could
a
be.
few days.
It could
The
be, but
machete-
it doesn't necessarily have to
Machete
be.
guy could be him. But that's not why we were sent here. That happened
Machete guy
after we
could be
were sent.
Royce.
Yeah, but Machete guy happened after we arrived here. That's not what we're here for anyway. Yeah?
Could still be Royce. Yeah, it's not what we're here for. It doesn't mean they're not connected, but it's not what we're here for just yet.
So do we go see Royce or do we go to the farm? What do we think?
Let's go see Royce.
Think so. I think he might be in
Could
danger,
pop
you know.
in.
Or at least we could alert him to the danger. If the police officer didn't tell us anything about this guy being ran away on Wednesday.
Meacham? No.
But
But
this-
again, he might not know if he wasn't listening to if he didn't hear this broadcast or he wasn't otherwise alerted.
Molly wasn't here
But
when I
it
said it
the
earlier,
police
but
said the police were alerted, and he just didn't alert us.
So- Molly wasn't
Well,
here earlier when
depends
I
on where the
mentioned
prison
it.
is, though.
This sheriff here is either sus or useless. He's either entirely useless or he's sus. So we can't trust him either way. We can't trust him for anything.
We might want to look for a picture of the sheriff to see if that's really.
See this really is the sheriff. Wouldn't be the first fake sheriff I've dealt with in all these years playing these games. I've dealt with a couple of fake sheriffs.
I remind you that he called us in.
He called us in, but
We are working for him.
that's why he called us
Hey,
in, because
sheriff,
he's useless.
that doesn't mean that's him.
Well, he clearly he's out of his depth, or he wouldn't have called us.
I think I know
But
the
that
sheriff.
doesn't mean that he's sus or useless.
Yeah, we know the sheriff, but I think he is either or sus or useless.
Like, he called us because he knows us, and he wanted some assistance with an investigation.
Still, I'm not putting much faith in him to be reliable for anything. We have to solve this. He's not going to be of any help. Officer Lewis thinks we should go see Royce first. I am inclined to agree. What do you think,
Go
Boone?
to see Royce.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt.
Think so? Boone? You on board?
Yeah.
Royce next? Okay. We going in separate cars or we all going in the TV van?
Scooby-Doo van
Okay.
should definitely be there.
I don't know if it's a good idea going in the... Have you got a marked police car, Lewis? You've got a patrol car, haven't you? With lights and shit.
But he's dealt. I mean, don't forget, Lewis. He is
Not in his
your
not when he's not
jurisdiction.
in his jurisdiction.
It's not in his
he wouldn't.
jurisdiction,
Yeah.
but a cop car is a cop car. The person that sees that coming doesn't know that he's not in his
I don't know.
jurisdiction.
I don't know if I'm
They're
in my
they're
cop
marked.
car.
They're marked. He would not have a patrol car.
Ah,
That
so
would
he's
stay
not in a
with his
patrol car.
precinct.
Yeah, okay. No, I wanted to know that because patrol cars pulling up to people's houses is a thing. We don't want to alarm people at the moment.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't have that though, because that would be wherever he works. That would be where his patrol car is, unless he were a plainclothes, in which case he'd have a basic car with the little pop on the top light.
Those are so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that in my inventory, so I'm just gonna assume I don't have any of
Right.
that.
Right.
Let's go see Mr. Royce.
You go to Royce's.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll take the two cars.
Okay. So you lock up the Carlson household respectfully. Everything's left pretty much how you found it. so as not to upset anything. And as you're leaving, who's leading the crowd? Which one of you is front of the group?
Sure. I'm a leader of men. I would walk in
Yeah,
front of the
it's
group.
never gonna be Boone.
All right, give us a spot hidden.
Okay. Quite good at that. Oh, I'm very good at that today.
Look at that. As you approach the cars, you stop everyone, because next to your van, you see the outline of this shape that you saw earlier. You've seen this thing before. This person, this whatever he, she is, and it's got the long thing in its hand.
Uh-oh.
Bang, bang, bang,
And
bang,
it
bang,
sees
bang, bang,
that
bang, bang.
It sees that you see it, and it tilts the head slightly. And because it knows that you've seen it, it bolts.
Nah,
you don't see it. It runs down. As soon as it's down the side of the van, it's gone.
As soon as I see the machete in its hand, I'm going to go bang, 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 bang. Start shooting.
You're a distance away. You're a distance
That's
away.
what guns are for. When
That-
you want to kill
that
somebody that's
timed
way over there.
reaction.
That's what a gun is for.
I'm not giving you that reaction, but you see it and it's gone.
Guys, did you see? There was some person, the same person I saw lurking about at the first house. I'm sure it is something dodgy looking in their hand, like possibly a machete. Did they have a big heat, Dave?
Yes. Well, you tell me. You saw it last time, and you say it's.
And I've rolled a 1. I've rolled a
Same shape as
critical
the thing
success,
last
so I've
time.
got a
Yeah,
good look at them.
Yeah.
Would you say that
Only
I've got
only a silhouette of though. You haven't got.
right? So
you
it's,
didn't see features.
so it's
or
still
anything.
not
You
a
are
good
too
enough
far
look
away
to
from
tell if it's a person in a bunny suit or a mutant fucking bunny head guy. I've just seen the silhouette. Well, okay. But here's a question.
Isn't the head supposed to be a cow head?
That was
Is
the
right?
exact question I'm getting to. So, you mentioned it was a cow head before when the woman and her boyfriend were attacked, but he had a bunny ear.
No,
He'd grabbed the bunny
they
ear.
mentioned cowhead.
They mentioned
I
cowhead,
didn't.
but he'd grabbed the bunny ear off the head.
Grabbed a furry animal ear. I think you lot said bunny ear. It's a furry animal thing.
So it could be that.
It was.
Right.
I think that's what Danny had.
Yeah, I think they did mention cow.
Yeah. Got some Donnie Darko wannabe on like Frank the Rabbit on the murder rampage here, I think. But he's watching us.
As
That's
you
the
approach
second place
the
we've seen him.
cars, as you approach, you see the footprints in the ground. Obviously, from where this person was spotted.
Before we leave the
And
house, can we call the police officer there from that house and say, "Hey, we just heard this recording," or
You
so
can-
heard
you
something
can-
on the ham radio about on Wednesday, Meacham escaped.
you've left the house now. You could have done. If you want to go back inside, you can do. If you want to, or you could go by the sheriff's police station. It's not a million miles out of your way.
I think if he answers the phone, that'll be the least amount out of our way. Just go back in the house.
So you are
You're here.
at Carlson's house. You're going to Royce's, and
Sheriff's
the police
there.
station is in the centre of town.
So it is out of our way. So I go back in the house and phone him.
Yeah, give him a call.
Give my phone.
Okay.
I'll stay out here with my gun out just in case this Frank the fucking tank comes back.
So
Yeah.
talking about that, the footprints that
Caitlin,
you
you might want to
spotted.
put that away. Like,
The footprints that you spotted, you could tell they look like Wellington boots, not normal shoe. Do you know what I mean? Like Wellingtons have
Yeah.
very, very
Yes,
specific
like a
kind of
rain shoe,
tread.
like a rain-
Galoshes. Yeah.
So you're going back inside. So yeah, you phone the sheriff, or you phone the sheriff at the police station,
I tried to phone
and it rings and rings and rings and rings.
Doesn't pick up.
Useless. Told
And
you.
then you get a snatch of, whoa, who's this?
Oh, good morning, Sheriff. We were at whatever the house was that we were at,
Carlson.
and we turned on the ham radio, and we heard that Meacham had escaped prison on Wednesday. And
I heard that too. I know what's going on, but are you guys still there? Are you still at the Carlson's house?
yeah, we're gonna leave right now. We're gonna go over to the other. I think. Hey, where are we going, you guys?
See Mr. Royce.
We're gonna go over to Royce right now. We're done here. We're gonna go over to Royce, check that out. But so Meacham.
I need to let you guys know that if that piece of shit Meacham has made his way back to town, he's killed Stiegler. Stiegler is the deputy, and the sheriff explains that as he left you guys at the Carlson house, he went back to the police station, and he found, because it's a small town, so there's only him and the deputies that work, and he found the deputy.
Red.
Plumped over his desk with a big machete sticking out of his back, blood all over the desk.
In the station, in the middle of the station.
In the police station.
Okay, so that's good information that's going on right now, because we just saw this guy over here. Now I don't know if it's Meacham that we're seeing, but we've seen.
Listen. You guys need to do what you can do, but I need to sort this out. Stiegler's family needs to know. This is fucked.
Okay.
If I see Meacham, he's going down. You guys do what you need to do. And he just hangs up the
Maybe
phone.
get us some guns.
He just hangs up the phone.
Yeah, that tells me even more.
I hang up and I come tell him,
So,
hey, the deputy just got hatcheted.
What?
Didn't you say that the person standing at the van had the machete, though?
I didn't know. I said he had a long thing in his hand.
So yeah, it could be the machete.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking Galen.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he had something that looked like it could have been a machete in his hand, and it seems to be the same person that we saw before at the first farm, at the Louty farm, the Louty house. It looked like to me. I got a good look this time, just at a silhouette, and they appeared to have some stuffed animal head on.
Like a mascot head.
Like a mascot head, exactly.
Well, the only thing we can do is keep going.
Go cows.
How many guns do we have?
I think the three of us have them, don't we, boys? I do.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm not in a hurry to be shooting anybody.
I don't want to be shooting people, but
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry to be hatcheted though.
same. I've got a Ruger 22 pistol.
I guess we at least have these shovels, right? We could defend ourselves with shovels.
Exactly.
with the-
We picked up the strongest, sturdiest.
Can we
of
just
our
maybe
shovels.
Can we not do the whole shoot first and ask questions later thing, though? I think we really should ask
But
questions
I'm carrying
first.
my shovel around. That's for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully we will get to ask questions first. I don't plan on just shooting somebody dead when I see them. That's not the plan at all. I just want to be protected.
Well, it didn't seem like that a few minutes ago when you saw somebody by the van.
No, because he says I never even got a chance to shoot. I'm going to. Right, we need to keep our eyes open and don't be afraid to shoot. If we need to, like, go for the legs or go for the body, but don't go for headshots. We're not trying to kill this man, but defend yourselves and defend each other if we have to. This is a man on a murder spree by the sounds of it. We need to be ready.
So I just want to be
defend
clear,
ourselves.
though, out of character. You just said don't be afraid to shoot, but we're not trying to kill this man.
No, we don't
Usually
want
guns
kill
kill people.
guns
I'm
tend
just
to
saying.
Do what you got to do.
I'm just saying.
don't try
If
and kill him.
somebody is gonna machete me and you have a gun, please shoot him.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. If we get a chance to talk, we will get a chance to talk. But also, if this guy's not going to listen, don't keep trying. You shoot and you get him, because we're not going to get. I'm not getting macheted to death by a guy just because I tried to talk to him.
So, does Molly explain to us her interaction with the sheriff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think so.
definitely
I'll-
was trying to. I came out. I said that the deputy had been macheted, and the police officer knows that the guy escaped, and he's afraid that that's who it is out there macheting people.
And did you convey the last thing he said before he hung up on you?
What was that? Probably not. 'Cause
He
I don't
made it
remember what
very clear that we should do what we have to do, but he's going to kill Meacham if he finds him.
Nah, I didn't hear that.
Okay.
You know,
I'm a
Are we
lawyer.
going to are we going to Royce's or?
I think
Even
so.
if I did
I
remember.
think so.
Yeah, we're going to Lewis's. Or
Royce's.
Royce.
Royce's.
Hey, so
And Royce is the one
Whoa.
that caught Meacham doing it, that caught Meacham killing people, apparently.
Yep.
So I will tell everybody before we get on the road, even not having heard what the sheriff said, I want to be very clear with everyone that by the article, the way the article was written, I'm not certain Meacham is actually the murderer. I have a very strong suspicion at this point that Royce is actually the murderer and Meacham set him up.
And that Meacham
What did
set
you-
So
him
we
up.
need read the article. I
Yeah.
think it's fairly strongly implied that
you've all got access to that article as
So
well.
Royce
yeah.
is the only witness. Royce caught him in. Royce is the man that caught him in the act of
Royce
killing the other people.
caught him killing the other people. Meacham has professed innocence the whole time. This person who's walking around with a machete, and I'm explaining all of this from my mind as an investigative reporter. This person walking around with a machete, true, has not been out there before, which could indicate that whoever escaped from prison, i.e. Meacham, might be the one doing it, or maybe Royce got the message that Meacham had escaped and is now acting on his own to try to set Meacham up some more or make things look bad. The reason why I don't think Meacham is the problem is why would Carlson, who's, we don't know for sure, but I'm going to say cousin or brother, some family member, Mike Carlson, was murdered as a number of these 5. Why would this Carlson be interested in trying to contact Meacham?
But we
Which
don't
is-
have
I'm
pictures of
fairly
any
certain is.
people.
What's
All
that?
we know is there's we don't have pictures of any of these people. All we know is there's somebody running around with a machete. So we don't know who it is with the machete. So it's not like
No.
we're-
But my point is I'm
How did
fairly
that-
certain it's not Meacham. I think whatever's going on with these mounds
Uh-huh.
and because of Royce's already kind of crazy response to the mound, is an indication that maybe Royce is the problem.
And Royce is the one that's-
Basically, I'm
that's
telling you all of this
Got the mound and
to
wet
say
man.
we need to be very careful
So-
as we approach Royce.
Another point that's very worth taking a moment and talking about is the fact that when Royce caught him in the act, Royce had thumped him over the head with a chain to stop him from doing it. So Royce, at the very first instance of his meeting this guy, I think is violence. So Royce stopped this guy
Yep.
with violence. So either way, Royce has been violent with this man. So it's quite palpable. It's quite possible that he's been doing it, and Meacham's caught him in the act, and he's went, fuck you, Meacham, whacked him in the thing, knocked him out, and then set up the scene to make it look like Meacham's done the murders. I think we've got a frame up on our hands. I think Meacham might still be the guy with the machete, though, because I think he might be out for revenge on Royce. So I think that Meacham could still potentially be the guy with the machete, but that could also be Royce trying to kill people and set up
Either way, I don't care
Meacham
who's
again.
got a machete.
Or it could be something else.
Or could be something else.
My point is if we're going to go to Royce, we need to be careful.
And Royce is the guy that went-
stable.
He's the crazy,
Very
isn't
clearly.
he? He's the get off my mound guy, isn't he?
He's very clearly unstable. I think his problem is deeper than that, but if we're going to go there, we need to be careful.
Yeah, I don't know who's got the machete or what their problem is. I just don't want to be macheted. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
I think we also need to keep in mind it might not be just one person with a machete.
Yeah.
There could be any number of permutations here. assuming that a masked man walking around with a machete is one person is a way to get yourself into trouble. You need to be prepared for it to be any number of things.
No, I don't
Could
care
be a
how
whole conspiracy,
people
actually.
are with machetes. One, more than one. Either way, I don't want to be macheted.
No, none of us do. None of us do, and hopefully we won't be. We're gonna
Yeah,
stay
I'm not looking
vigilant.
forward to it, but let's
We
be
have to
careful as we
remember at
go
all
question
times.
Royce.
We have to remember at all times. Highly likely there is someone running around with a machete killing people. So we have to be aware of that at all times. So just watch each other's backs as well as watching our backs.
Well, it's also very probable that it's not even someone, it's a conglomeration of hundreds of mutated, festering chickens that have
What in the
melded together into some unknowable thing, because we are playing Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, but that's Brian saying that, not Boone. Boone's not got any inclination of that. That's
No, I know.
Brian.
I wasn't using an accent, was I?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even trying an accent tonight.
No, I know. All right, so let's just be careful as we go talk to Royce.
Absolutely. I think Royce could potentially be very dangerous.
And some of us are carrying shovels.
And I think we don't want to make it at any point known to him that we suspect him.
Okay.
Oh, well, Boone can't promise that. Boone is an aggressive journalist.
Just be careful, Mr. Boone. You're an aggressive journalist, and so am I, but this is a dangerous, aggressive man who's went crazy and potentially has killed multiple people before. So, just be very
How do
careful.
we know he doesn't have
Oh, well, that's why we have this man of the law over here with us.
Exactly.
He can stand between us and the dangerous folk.
How do we know he doesn't have a chain next to his door ready to go?
Ready to go, aye.
Which is exactly why you're going to be knocking on the
That's
door.
why you.
officer.
That's why
Let's
you're
go.
here, Officer Lewis.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
In the Scooby-Doo mobile.
Right, okay. Off you go to across town to Royce's house. So yeah, it's mid-afternoon. You come up onto. They all look very similar. These rambler houses. As you approach, you can see it's really run down, tattered, not well looked after at all. You can,
Can I zoom,
you notice
please?
that it's all fenced off as well, and obviously there's a beware of the dog sign. You can't see a dog at the moment or hear one. Lights are on in the house.
Can I zoom, please?
Oh, have I done it again? Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
I think I'd need to.
I think it's always off by default.
Yeah.
I just line it up to look prettier in the thing. Thank you. So I guess,
Yeah. So
although we don't see a dog, still be very careful for one being about this. This
How do we
guy's
know
apparently
it's not the
crazy.
dog that's in him.
If there's a
As
dog,
we're approaching, is there a vehicle in the driveway?
aye, good question.
let's see one.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We didn't
Are
even
there any, as we get out of our vehicles and as we start heading up, is there any indication of those same galosh kind of Wellington boot markings, either on
in the ground?
drive or okay?
There's footsteps, footprints. It's not footsteps.
Sure.
There's footprints, but nothing like what Gatling saw at the Carlson house, and they're just generic
Okay.
boots.
What did you say, Nomi?
Type
I missed what you
footprints.
said. Sorry.
I don't think we even tried to track that guy.
Well, I mean, it's raining. I don't think we would have been able to get very far with it. Plus,
it
we
raining
proved
again? Oh my goodness.
yeah. Plus, we proved in the first session that nobody is really a tracker here.
Remember what happened last time we tried to track somebody?
People
Oh my
got injured.
We both went arse over tit, and
I wasn't there for that.
we smacked half the life out of ourselves,
Well-
like on trees and rocks from slipping
Well-
around. It was messy.
Oh no. JJ can track it, just the rain got in his eyes.
Yeah, the rain got in your eyes. Yeah, of
Exactly. That's what happened to me as well. It was the rain got the hair gel in my eyes or something like that. Exactly. That's what happened to me as well.
I'm waiting for the packing folk to go first. I'm not heading first into this yard.
Let's.
It's still loaded for me right now.
Okay. Well, I am packing, but I'm not actually at cop. I've just been temporarily deputised for this one thing, so I will let Officer Lewis go first.
Is
Fairly
it still
certain
loaded,
you're not
Adrian?
deputized.
I'm fairly
it says-
sure we were
I love
deputised.
It's been hanging on like 98.
I love that in Gavlin's brain, that's
Refresh
what's
it.
going on.
I'll pull out a badge and show you a
Refresh it.
badge. It's for Hollywood, but it's a badge.
refreshing right now.
I'm sure I told you about special TV jurisdiction anyway.
No,
Should I
yeah,
explain
you've
that?
mentioned special TV jurisdiction last session.
I should have mentioned that. Bye. I will.
Is it
I
working
will.
now?
I don't know if I'll have my gun out as I'm
It's,
approaching this dangerous guy, but
Now I got a completely blank screen on
oh,
my end now.
bear with us, viewers. We are having some difficulty with somebody loading up Foundry, and he's leading the group right now because he's the only real police officer. Welcome,
You're not
readers.
showing his
To be
infantry
fair-
at all now.
It's just
Yeah,
To
a
be fair,
mess.
I'm at like 94
background.
ms and 11 FPS, I think, because of the rain and the animations, so that could be slowing some
That's-
folk down.
That's actually, it's on the video. That's it's not like extra effects on
I'm
the
60
it's built into
FPS.
the
I'm
video.
good.
on the scene.
Saying.
Just give it time. It's all good. We're chilling. In fact,
I mean,
I gotta
keep-
reopen.
It could be.
in fact, it is.
Should we take a half-time
I was
break?
going to say we'd be about 10 minutes early, but we could just take our half-time break, and that would give Adrian time to load up Foundry properly without the viewers waiting. Viewers can
Okay.
wait on a half-time break.
I was going to do it once he knocked on the door, and I was going to try and get it on a cliffhanger
On a
for
cliff-
you,
Ah.
but we're
But-
close enough.
Right.
We're
Foundry
close
had other
enough.
plans. Foundry had other plans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me a
Alright,
second.
so is it 5 or 10?
Oh, hang on.
We'll go on a break, and then we'll sort out the tech issues whilst on the break.
It'll be
How long?
it'll be 13 minutes. We take 13-minute breaks around here.
Okay.
So specific.
So thank you very much for the raid, Twitch viewers. Dark Domain RPGs, appreciate that. We're just about to take our half-time break. It's a little early, but somebody's having some technical issues, so we're going to do it now, get the technical issues resolved, and we will be back in around 13 minutes. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully you'll still be with us when we come back. Appreciate you. See you soon. We are back.
All right,
Part
who's
two.
going first?
I was going to say you are, but you're not. Officer Lewis is going first.
JJ, so you guys outside Royce's house.
Yep.
JJ, you open the gate. There's no lock on the gate, but obviously you see the beware of the dog sign, and the yard looks tattered and overgrown, weeds and not well maintained. And you all approach the house, and you knock on.
Don't you worry about that sign there, JJ. That's just what we call a low-cost security system.
You knock on the door, but there's no answer. But you do hear from the back of the house a dog barking.
Big dog or a wee
Oh,
dog?
It's
Check
probably
it out.
chained up, or it would have been out here already.
Does it sound like a big dog or a small dog,
Alright.
Dave?
Probably gonna be like a chihuahua or something.
Give us a listen roll.
I mean, you can tell the difference between.
People in the country have chihuahuas. Most of them have hounds or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect a chihuahua here. My brother's got chihuahuas. They're noisy
For
bastards.
this guy, I'm expecting a Doberman. at the
I'm
very
expecting a Doberman or a Pit Bull or a Rottweiler or something, or German Shepherd, but a big dog, I think. Listen. Nope. Nope.
You don't know. He's a bit too far away for you to tell, but I mean, it's. You
Sounds
can
like
hear
it's chained
it,
up
so
to me. It's no coming charging round, so I'm not worried.
It's a bark. It's not a yap. So you know it's not like you've said. It's not a chihuahua
It's not a
or
small
a
dog,
pocket
yeah.
dog. It's yeah.
It's not a squirrel.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, there's nobody home. It seems nobody home.
All right, well,
This seems
go
like
back around and
though.
Gonna go round the back, have a look at his mound. He's gonna be standing on it with a shotgun. Get off my mound!
You approach the back garden, walking around the house. You can see the house is an absolute state. It's in really bad shape, not well maintained at all. Whoever lives here, as you know, Royce doesn't really care about the house.
He's a crazy.
So you go around the back, and you see similar sort of mound. On the other side of the yard, you do see a chained up Doberman. Good call, Boone.
Good call, Boone.
What does he win?
And he's barking, and you can see he's chained to his doghouse, but he's not happy that you guys are there.
Is there a fence?
It's all fenced off. But you're in the garden that this dog is in as well, but it is chained up to its doghouse.
Okay. I had specifically bought Scooby snacks, so I want to try and appease the animal.
Cheer the dog up. That's a good plan.
With
I'm wondering, is he chained to the doghouse or is he chained to like a spike in the ground?
Chained to the doghouse. As far as you can tell, the chain around his collar, the chain goes into the dog's house entrance. So, an assumption you can make is that it's chained up inside the doghouse.
Yeah, okay.
So you're going to try and appease the dog, yes?
Yeah, if I can fling a little. If he's close enough, I'd dangle it to him and toss it to him. But if he's farther away, that I have to toss the chicken wing over there. I wanna give him a little snack.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to get a little bit closer unless you're gonna be like throwing it a good.
I'll get up
yards,
to the edge of the fence line there.
You got wings earlier. I remember you actually did get chicken wings
in the
first
garden.
session.
You're in the garden with this dog.
Oh,
you're not on the other side of the fence. You're in the garden.
Great.
But
it's on a chain though.
It's chained up. It's snapping and barking because it doesn't want you in here at all. And you stood near the mound, and you can see the mound is very similar to the other two mounds that you've seen. You don't see the clumps that you saw at the last one, though.
Don't.
And so, Molly, Chuck, you throw a piece of chicken for this dog.
Yeah.
And it just lands on the floor next to it, and it doesn't do anything. It just carries on barking and shouting at you. He's paying no attention at all.
Now you see, that means that their dog's been trained on man meat.
Yeah.
That's why they go for that chicken.
See, is the dog as protective of the mound? Once we're going near the house, it's going rah 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 rah. Does it like follow us on the chain and keep going rah 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 when we walk away from the house into the mound?
I think it's just that we're in the yard.
Yeah, you're in the garden, and if this dog wasn't chained up, it'd be probably trying to attack you because it's a guard dog essentially.
I'm joking.
What are you doing?
Okay,
We've got to check out the mound.
well,
I think.
I'm not going up to the house, not until somebody else is.
I'm going to check out the mound first.
A particularly bad house to break into. The other ones, we knew that people were missing for a while or something might be going on, doing some sort of wellness check or something because people weren't there.
I mean, this is a vet. He's probably armed, at the very least.
And he's a crazy.
Yeah.
And, well, he's... I don't know that I'd use that word. He's at least disturbed. Let's say that. He doesn't want people on his property. He doesn't want people messing with his mound. I'll let y'all do it. I'll hang back.
I think it's a particularly bad plan.
We have a police officer here with us for a reason.
Who wants to? What are you doing? Are you searching around anyone? Is anyone examining the mound?
I'm having a look at the mound.
I'm keeping an eye out.
With the shovel
Boone's
again.
I'm watching the house.
I'm gonna.
Yep.
I'm watching the dog while they search. I'm keeping an eye on the back door and on the dog.
I'm gonna shovel a few scoops again, just to the side, just to see if it's the same kind of mud. I know you said the lumps weren't there, but is it just the same kind of dirt and stuff? Is there any notable differences from the other mounds?
we'll come back to that in a second.
Okay.
Molly, what are you doing apart from you've chucked the chicken for the dog? What are you doing now?
I think it's a good time to start working our way back towards the truck. I think we should really go check out that other farm that had the tributary thing, the starting point of the things that we were here to check out.
You're heading
Also,
back.
Dave, be careful how you say chuck the chicken. You don't want to mistakenly say choke the chicken.
I didn't say
That
choke
means something completely
chicken
different.
at all. JJ, Lewis, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out the house.
Are you going to
Yeah,
try and go
inside.
in the house, or are you just like checking?
No, I'm gonna try to
windows,
go
or-
into the house, see if there's
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, do it.
All right, I'll
Do
come
it.
back to you in a second
it.
then. All right.
Don't do it.
So you, Maxton, you're at the mound. You start shifting a bit of the dirt, moving it side to side to see if anything stands out to you. Give us a spot hidden.
Bob's filming this the
Oh.
whole time, by the way.
Bob's like doing this with his big VHS camera on his shoulder.
It's got its
I don't know
own
why,
boom
but I
mic,
have
it's
this-
really heavy.
I have this picture like Bob is like a cameraman who's been in like wars. He's like he's all over the place. Like he doesn't care about the weather. He's
Excellent.
a serious cameraman.
Yeah, yeah.
You, Caitlin Maxton, you tell us what is Bob like? What kind of
So,
person is Bob?
First of
before we go
all,
on?
his piece of equipment's huge because he's the sound guy and the cameraman. He does it all on one camera with its own massive. So there's a boom mic sticking over his left shoulder, and there's a camera sticking over his right, and it's like strapped on his shoulders. But the thing that covers them for the rain has to be really long and it has to be sturdy, so it's like made in metal or fiberglass or something. So it's a really heavy piece of kit he's lugging around the whole time. And Bob's far too old to be doing this. Let's say Bob's like 59 years old, and he's been in wars. He's been He was a war correspondent. He's been in like a cameraman for war correspondence. He's done all sorts of things. And this was supposed to be an easy number. He signed on for this for an easy number. He thought he was going to be filming TV shows, and then when I left TV, he kept working for me, and he now films me doing actual like actual real investigative work. But he's a good man,
Brilliant.
Bob. He works very hard.
It feels.
He's got
He
14
does.
kids.
Yeah, so as you're moving this earth in this mound, you spot something that looks out of place, and as you get a bit closer to have a look, you see like little bones,
Oh.
just tiny little bones. And we go to JJ. Give us a locksmith roll.
I'm gonna need Boone to help me with this.
Are you asking Boone to assist you, or are you asking Boone to do the lock?
Yeah.
I'm asking.
I mean,
Boone
what
to
are you
assist
asking?
me.
Okay, so you could do it with. I'll let you do it with advantage if Boone will give you a hand.
Okay.
No,
I'll come-
no,
I'll
I
come
mean
over.
not mechanically. I need him to do it.
Oh, you want him to do the right? Okay, you want him to physically do it. Ask him. You have to ask him. I don't know.
Seems to be a
Let's
little
say
lost
no.
guy.
All right, you,
Good.
Lewis. You better make sure this guy don't kill me. Now, you understand?
No, I understand clear. Yeah, you'll be fine. I'll be sure to stand in the way.
Ooh, fail.
I'll go ahead and push that.
Okay, how are you going to push it?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant I'm gonna spend luck.
Okay.
Does our luck recover from last session, or are we still down whatever we've spent?
It doesn't ever
Still
recover in
down.
a
Yeah,
one shot.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna spend the luck.
All right. So this one, yeah, this takes you a little bit longer than the last one. Not quite as smooth as the last one. You
Yeah.
start grumbling under your breath and fuck, and as you work it, but finally you hear that click, and the door opens.
It's more like, well, god dang it.
There you go. There you go.
Boon's an
JJ.
upstanding Christian. He don't cuss.
Oh, sorry.
He says things like suffer and
Sorry.
succotash.
Oh,
Yep.
Darn it and stuff.
Gosh darn it.
Excellent.
Well, Bob's your mother.
So, JJ, are you going in the house?
Yeah, I'm going into the house.
Boone,
I
are you
step
going in
back
the house?
and-
I was going to say. Are you
Boone is
going-
not going in the house. Boone will stand by the door and wait for JJ.
Oh, wait a minute, right? So if I see them going in the house, I'm gonna be like, Bob, wait a minute, we don't want to miss this. And me and Bob are gonna head over and behind them with the camera.
Of course you are.
Don't want to miss
Oh,
this.
right, so you're going in the house? No.
Aye.
Right.
I'll come
Okay.
back to the hole.
So, the three of you enter. Bob is almost... It's like Bob's not even there. You don't even notice Bob. So, you enter the house. It's dark. It's dingy. It's very unhygienic, very dirty. There's... You enter into, like, the kitchen. There's bowls all on the side that are all full of crusty food and really, really, like, not a nice place. You don't really spot anything out of the ordinary after you do a search of the house, but on the kitchen side, you do see there's a check, and you pick the check up, and it says $2,000 payable to Joe Royce from one Absalom Brandt, and it's dated a week ago. So you turn the check over, and it says quarterly payment. In
Quarterly payment.
like quotation marks.
How much was it for? $3,000.
$2,000.
wow.
And that's his former employer up at the
Who-
chicken farm.
Who's got the lowest luck?
Possibly Boone now after that. I've got. Oh, it says I've got 0. That can't
Boone's
be
not
right.
in there.
I have 50.
I've got 0
You
apparently.
should start with 50. If you've not spent, you should have 50.
I've got 0 luck and 0 sanity.
Oh, brilliant! There you go.
Yeah, that can't be right for you.
That cannot be right.
Let's change
Or I don't
that.
know. Maybe it is for Galen. Who knows?
Tracks.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't that bad to
Um,
start with. Like, I'm pretty sure.
I'm changing it now. 1 second. I don't know why it's just done that. I've just accidentally closed down
Trying
notes
to,
as
trying,
well.
to, trying to kill me before the session even starts, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. Gately Maxton.
Got no luck and no sanity whatsoever. Couldn't tell you how much I used last time.
Look. Oh, yours is 45 to start. Did you use some last time?
I don't know.
I feel like he did, but maybe not
Probably
much. Like
did. Probably not much because it was first half, but I don't know.
I used a little bit of mine. But
Yeah,
I'm
I
at
seem to
45.
recall there was something that was really close, so we used a couple of points.
Put me down by 5, Dave. I think I've used a wee bit. Put me down by 5.
So yours is on 40. And your sanity... don't know why that's...
Nobody's lost sanity that I'm aware of.
Don't think so.
Your sanity's 65.
Yeah,
Is everyone else is okay, though?
Mine is 50.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so who has got the lowest luck now?
40. Anyone? Any advance on 40 for lowest?
I can have a look.
So again, I'm not in there, so I don't think.
No,
Unless you're asking for
it's-
everybody.
I'm asking for everybody. It's not about just
Oh,
who's
well then
in the
it's me
house.
because I'm at
Is it-
19.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
you then.
Give us a luck roll, please.
The old
Mr.
luck
Boone.
roll, I love it.
You really wanted info a few times.
No.
I would have been amazed if that passed.
You guys have found the check in the house, and Boone, you're at the side of the house, just keeping an eye on the road.
Well, the back door specifically, because I
the back
opened it
door,
for
yeah.
him. I said I was staying there. Yep.
Yeah.
I was out on the road though because I was back in the car.
So you've got back in the truck, Molly. As you are leaving the house, you guys, I can't find where's it gone? Sorry about this.
No worries, mate.
You hear the dog barking, and then you hear this crunch.
Oh.
And as you're outside near the back door, Boone, you notice that where you could see the dog, it is no longer there because it is now sprinting for you because it has managed to snap the chain, splinter the wood from the dog house, and you just see it sprinting across the garden towards the house.
I'll lean over and open the door towards their side so they could jump in.
But you're at the front of the house. You can't see this going on.
Okay. I can't hear it or anything.
Well, you can hear the dog barking, but you don't know what's happened just yet.
Okay. If I ever figure it out, I'll do what I said.
And yeah, so you've literally got seconds to react. What are you doing? Don't know why it's not. Why Cougar's not in there?
Some of our viewers probably aren't going to like this, but I am fairly skilled at brawling.
You're gonna kick its ass.
So
That's a thing too. I mean, this is a.
I'm gonna have to quickly create this creature. I do apologise because for some reason it's not imported it into the.
You're supposed to get down with
it. A
it.
second, but yeah, you.
So technically, I am by the back door, though. Do I have time to step into the door and close it?
Yes.
Good question.
I will say you have.
Then I will do that.
You're gonna be
Just gonna come round the front and eat you in a
Sorry
minute.
about this.
We're all in the house with the door shut. We're sound. You better get in the car and shut the door. But you don't know that. You could maybe appeal for like a extreme success or hard success on a listen check to hear the dog breaking the thing. I would appeal for one.
You can appeal.
How about it? A hard success on a listen roll and she heard it.
I am the judge, jury, and executioner.
Or an extreme success.
No.
Nah? Okay.
No, Molly didn't hear what's going on. So you just hear the dog barking. Although I would say you probably heard the dog
getting closer.
As it's running, it's not barking because when a dog is running, very rare, if it's like sprinting for a target, it won't bark.
Yeah.
So you notice there's like a dip in the barking.
Oh, good, the barking stopped.
So you get in the house, Boone, and you pull the door to, and this dog just jumps at the back door, snarling. It's almost foaming at the mouth trying to get to you.
Piss off,
what
dog.
Are you doing?
I'm just standing by the door.
I'm gonna go over to the
and
window.
You've got.
Is this like the kitchen?
Maxton and.
It's like the kitchen, and there's a door and a window.
Yes.
I'm gonna have a look out the window, get a look at this dog. Get a good look at it while it's going mental.
Yeah, it's just a normal Doberman.
So it's not turned into a mad cryptid or something.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I say normal. It's a Doberman that's obviously.
It's going mental.
Aggressive.
Yeah. I guess that is for Doberman. Okay.
I mean, it's doing its job really well. It's a guard dog. It's supposed to do this. This is a good boy, actually. This is a really good boy. See if any of you kill it. He's a really good boy. Really good guard dog.
Do I notice the dog in the front yard now? Because I would be looking back at the house, going, "What are they doing? Why are they still there?"
The dog's only at the back door. You've not seen anything happen at the front of the house.
Okay.
What are you doing, folks?
I'm just going to comment, that's quite the guard dog, that, innit? Gary. I think we'll need to leave out the front door.
That's a real good question. I'm not sure yet, but I will keep an eye on the situation.
Oh, I found something interesting. Found a signed check from what was it, Avalon, or
From
what
the
was
farm, from the dairy farm,
Absalom.
the chicken farm.
Absalon. Yeah, from the chicken farm, and it says quarterly pay on the back of it.
Quarterly pay. How recent is this check?
The check
From last week.
was- What did I say? Yeah, last week. That's right.
So he's-
Sorry.
Dated last week.
So he's still on the books as an employee. But was he an employee there? I know that Meacham was an employee of the chicken farm. Was this guy, Royce, was he an employee there as well?
I believe so. He
So it-
said he was a truck driver.
Because it happened at the farm, didn't it? The murders. It happened
Yeah.
at the chicken farm. So this guy still works there. Even though he's a crazy and just stays here and defends his mound. Apparently, but he's not even here.
I wouldn't think that the check was quarterly pay for. Normally, people get paid every week, every 2
Or every
weeks,
month.
once.
Quarterly's
Quarterly
very
is-
weird for your wage. Yeah.
Like taxes.
Like a royalty, maybe. Like a royalty check or a payoff.
Yeah, something.
Like a
Yeah.
hush money, even.
It's a payoff.
A hush
Yeah.
money.
It's a payoff.
Aye. Payoff, isn't it? It's a hush money. Do you think Royce did
Or
it?
payment for services rendered to continue to remain quiet.
Yeah. So it's looking more and more like Royce has framed up Meacham for those murders. Do we think?
That's what I've been trying to tell y'all.
Why is Royce getting
So-
paid off by the farm? Do you think the farmer? So maybe the actual farmer, the guy that owns the farm. What's his name? That's wrote the check. Maybe it's him that's done it, and he's
Absalom.
so Absalom's
Absalom.
done it, or someone else has done it at Absalom's farm, or or bear with me,
I'm
something's
starting to think that something happened. I'm
something's
starting to
happened
think
at
that
that
something
farm.
happened at that farm that resulted in 5 deaths.
Yep, and
Royce was paid to set up Meacham
is paid to set up
as
Meacham,
responsible for those deaths.
and is being paid hush money to stay quiet. And now that Meacham's broke out of jail, maybe Royce is hunting Meacham, not the other way around. Royce is hunting Meacham to shut him up. We thought Meacham was hunting Royce. Maybe it's the other way
That's a
around.
big maybe.
Maybe Royce is actually hunting
Fierce-looking
Meacham.
dog.
That is a big, fierce-looking dog, actually. Imagine that trying to fucking.
Well, why
bite-
does it say
trying to bite
Cougar?
you. His name?
The dog's name Cougar.
Cougar.
What's his name? Imagine that going for your jugular. Oh, that's a scary boy, like. He's got some fangs on him.
Okay.
I take a
so,
couple pictures of him through the window, just like Fletch did in Fletch. If anybody's seen that movie, it's funny.
Aye.
Sit.
So, let's ruminate on that
I
thought
feel
for
like
a moment.
I feel like this.
Do we think that
I feel like the
perhaps Royce is hunting Meacham to keep Meacham quiet? Keep getting his check.
Could
not
be.
a possibility.
Outside in the car, Molly, you realise the guys seem to be taking a little bit longer than they probably should be, and it's all gone really quiet. And you look out across the street from where you parked, and it's eerily quiet. This street that Royce lives on, and you spot something on the other side of the road. You're not sure what it is. Not sure if it's a person because it's sort of hidden by a couple of bushes, shrubs.
I'd slam on the horn a couple of times.
Oh.
Give me a sanity roll.
For not even being able to see whatever the hell it is.
Well, you might be seeing something it does here in a second.
Yeah. This might just be to see what your stability is before he hits you with something. Sanity roll can be used a number of ways. No matter what way it's being used, that is not good.
What do you want me to roll? What do you want me to roll?
Okay.
Seems like you've done it,
Okay.
and you've rolled a fumble.
That is a fumble.
No, it's only
Right.
no. It's not a fumble. If she had a 49, if her check was a 49 or less, that'd be a fumble. When it's 50 or more, only a 100 is a fumble. That's not a fumble.
Okay. It's close.
If her sanity had been 1 less, that would have been a fumble, but it's not a fumble because it's 50 or more.
Okay, so am I rolling something?
Don't know, but still
You've
not
just
good.
done it. You did your sanity roll. 1 second. Inside the house, you guys could hear the horn being parked from the truck.
We'll run over the other side of the house and try and look out a front window to the car.
Yeah, so you can see the truck obviously down at the bottom of the van. Sorry, isn't it? Are you in the van? You're in the van.
Yeah.
I think we brought the
I keep
the
saying
van
truck, but
and
I mean
I think
van.
we've got the Scooby-Doo van and Lewis's car. I think. So when I hear the horn, I'll run over to that side of the house and have a look out the window.
And you see the van, you see Molly inside the van, but you can see Molly she's not sitting still. You can see it sort of moving around inside the van. Molly, roll me a 1d6. You lose 5 points of sanity.
Oh.
And also, I think you get a condition for that as well.
What's she seen? You didn't say what she'd seen to lose all this sanity.
Well, coming back to that.
Oh.
So you're sat in the van and you see this thing across the road, and for a split second you sort of turn away and you look back, and it's literally right up against the window, and you see this. Find it. See my GM screen. I always forget that I've put it in here. PCs.
Oh,
That
sorry.
doesn't look that crazy.
Yeah, what's she losing 5 points of sanity for seeing this
Uncle
guy?
Rico?
His haircut's not
Yeah,
that
that's-
bad, mate. That's no worth a 5 sand
I
loss.
was just looking at what a button did on the thing.
I mean,
There we go.
You should 5 sanity for that. It's a bit harsh. He was quite a good looking chap.
yeah.
Well,
What's
yeah, I
that?
mean, you can't handle how good his hair looked.
See, the
That's what the problem was.
the hair was
He is a
fantastic.
good-looking
to be
guy,
fair.
dude.
The hair is excellent. He's got excellent hair. You should be on TV, Boone.
Go to lunch or something?
Right, there we go.
I'll take you to lunch with the right people. We'll get you on TV, Boone. You've got the hair for it. And the investigative skills.
But I don't quite have the attitude, I think you'll find.
No, but we can work on that. You've got the hair. That's the most important thing.
Definitely be like on the legal team though for your shoots to help make sure that everybody understands that you have legal authority to do whatever you want.
See, I don't know why it's come
Because
out like
Hollywood.
this. Come out so short, so small, but bear with me. Know me. That's you.
Or are we not getting to see it?
So you should see.
He's got a
No.
goat llama head on. Okay, that's
yeah,
not
but you
bad.
can't. You don't. You see it, and it's up against the window, and then for a split second it's there, and then it's gone, and you just see the rain again.
Okay. Do I have a camera in here in the car or whatever I can try and... I look... Okay, you're saying
No.
it's gone. But I'm saying I would like look for a camera or something in there and then try to take a picture and then realize it's gone.
Oh yeah, split second, literally like, and then it's gone.
Okay.
So inside the house, Mr. Gatlin Max, you see this, whatever's going on in the passenger side, the cab of the van.
Yeah.
And you've got the dog at the back. What are you guys doing? You're in
So,
Royce's house. And...
When I saw her, heard her beeping the horn, I ran over to that side of the house. Did I see whatever she saw in front of the van? Because I was looking at it. No? Okay. Did the dog run around that side
You just
of the
see
house?
this.
Did I see
Dog's
that
still at
face
the back door.
without the mask? Did I see both pictures? Did I see the guy without the mask and then
The first picture was me. That was I.
Yeah,
actually
that
was-
put my picture up. That's
That
not-
was Brian
That
putting
was
his
nothing.
character's portrait up. You weren't supposed to have that on screen.
Okay. Okay, so all I saw was Llama Man.
Llama Man.
Or-
Smells, yeah,
Llama Man sounds
for
fun.
a split second.
Well, he has like a little llama head on. A little llama.
You're not in the same room. You're not.
Like,
You can't.
ooh, alpaca.
You're not together yet. You're in the car. You're there in the house. What are you
That's
doing?
Alpacas have really skinny, smaller heads. It looks more like a llama to me.
Did I? So I never saw any kind of movement in front of the van when she was there. I never saw anything at all. Okay.
Nope.
But does the dog run round the front of the house when she starts tooting the horn?
Seriously.
Nope, still at the back door.
If the dog stays at
Still
the
at the back door
back,
because obviously.
is there a way that I can unlock the front door from the inside? Is it like on a latch or whatever? Can I get out the front door
yeah,
easy
yeah.
enough? I'm gonna go out the front door and I'm gonna go up to the van and see what she's tooting for.
What are Boone and JJ doing?
Yeah, it's definitely a llama.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What do you guys?
You know, I'm I don't know. This might. Or you know what? Would it be a good idea to take the check for evidence?
Yes.
Are you asking
Take a
Boone
picture
or?
of it. don't take the check.
Yeah, you need to ask Boone anyway because
I don't know what we would need
I'm
it
away.
for. I don't know what we
Like-
need it for there, JJ, but if you think so, you're the investigator, not me.
Walking around there with a camera, right?
I'm just a journalist.
This seems like it could lead to something or be important. So
I
Just
mean,
gonna-
it could tie,
gonna borrow
it
this.
could tie Royce to Absalom.
all right,
Camera.
so I'm gonna borrow this and all right. So right now we got a Doberman through the back door,
Mhm.
and there's nothing else of like interest or nothing else standing out aside from just piles and piles of garbage and like just other hoarding
Give us a-
material.
Give me a spot hidden roll, JJ.
All right. Survey says
I've still got to come back to
What we got?
a thing from a wee while ago, Dave. I've still got a question
Ooh,
for
what?
you from something that I'm holding on to, so we'll need to do that before we go much further, I think.
Okay.
Just wanted something.
But yeah, as you're looking around the kitchen, you've found this check. Did you say you're taking the check with you?
yeah.
Okay, so you put the check in your pocket. As you're looking around the kitchen, you see on the fridge there's a couple of like post-it notes that are sort of covering each other up, and you sift through them, and there's one that says Caleb, Rusty's Bar, 6 p.m.
What time is it now?
It's sort of mid-afternoon, so it's pushing towards the evening. So late afternoon, early evening. What would you say that is over there? About 4, 5, something like that.
4. Yeah, it's probably 4.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't get dark for a couple more hours here in July.
So,
Yeah, it won't
now I
even
found another thing. Found a note that says Caleb's Bar, 6 p.m. I think he could be meeting someone there.
It says Caleb, Rusty's Bar,
Oh,
6
Caleb
p.m.
Rusty's Bar.
Aye, before I forget, Dave, while we're gathering evidence, the bones that I found.
I was going to come back to you because obviously you found them bones, but you didn't speak to anyone about them.
Yeah, I would have had a look at them. Can I make some rolls on them? Can I like investigate them a little bit retroactively? I would have had a look at them.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. It would be a you decide natural world or science.
Aye, okay.
Have any medical science to know what
I've
type
got. Nah, I don't have any medicine. I don't think.
Anthropology?
I don't have anthropology. I think it's just going to be natural world for me. Oh wait, natural world's 10. Would you say natural world or what?
Natural world. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything better than natural world for this, do I? Oh well. Let's roll with my 10. No.
So again, you know that they're really small, and from what you've all done so far, from what you've talked about, you're not that daft that you wouldn't put two and two together, and you would say you would think that these look like chicken bones.
We have talked about chickens.
Possibly.
We've talked about chickens being a thing, because we talked about the smell of sulphur and it being a chicken farm. So if they're the size of chicken bones, that would be my first suspicion anyway, over rabbits or human babies. Do you know what I mean? I would be expecting them to be chicken bones. Okay, so not too suspicious. Well,
Maybe the guy pays him for how stinky it is.
so do you think something's flowing down from that farm under the ground and then coming up through these mounds, maybe? But it didn't seem like that. You moved the whole mound and there was no hole.
Yeah.
Well, if there was the pipeline.
Could be a
It was the
possibility.
pipeline. I think we need to go to the farm.
What are you doing? So you're at the
I'm
you're at
approaching the
now,
car.
aren't you? You're at the van.
Yeah.
You're at the van. JJ and Boone are still in the kitchen.
They're in the
And
house.
that dog's still going mad at the back door. Yep.
Yeah, let's make our way back to the car.
So you go through the house to the front door, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, come this way. It's a mean looking dog.
So,
like.
as you leave the house, are you closing the front door behind you?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We weren't raised in a barn.
You can hear the dog still going mad, and then it goes quiet for a split second, and you can hear the light scampering of feet.
Uh-oh.
Light scampering, meaning the thundering menace
Ignore
on...
the thunder. Ignore the thunder. You hear the scampering of feet, like. Are you headed to the car?
Yeah.
Strongly suggested.
As you are headed across the garden, you see from behind the house the dog comes sprinting round, the chain flailing behind it.
Run,
As it comes bounding towards you. So it's Boone and JJ.
Am I in the van yet? Have I
So-
managed to make it in the van by now?
You're in the van. It's gonna be. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be. What would it be?
Dexterity to avoid it, to dodge it, or maybe Constitution to out
That's what
sprint
I'm
it.
thinking. Dex.
I think it's too short a sprint to Constitution it. I think maybe Dex to dodge it as it snaps.
It's going to be a dex. It's going to be a dex roll, yeah, because you're doing it in such a short burst. And I'll have the dog roll one as well, so it'll
Well,
be.
here's the thing. Here's the
what do you call
thing.
it?
There's a dodge stat in Call of Cthulhu, so you might just want to use that. But it's generally quite low. It's like half what your Dex is, so you could use Dex if you're feeling more
No,
generous, I guess.
It's twice what your dex is.
No, it's half what your Dex is. Isn't it?
So JJ, you're fine. Boone.
No,
Yeah, it's half.
it is.
Is it half? Dodge.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Dodge is. To start
You know,
with, you can
yeah.
put points in it when you're making a character, but I think I'm sure it starts out as half your dex.
Give us a dex boon.
Oh, not your full dex, right? It's like that whatever you actually roll, like when you roll.
Yeah, but
like,
the
say,
dodge starting character has a dodge stat of half your dex, though.
Yeah, but it's your 15.
That's the matter if you roll a 93.
Twice your 15, I think. Like,
So I instinctually know I'm not going to make it in time. So I turn and bring up my hands and stand in an appropriate stance, ready to fight this dog.
ready to get bit.
So, yeah, wrong person. You trip. You don't quite make it. You sort of fumble, stumble. JJ, you make out of the garden into the van. But you're going to be. So you turn to face this animal, and you're going into combat.
Oh no! I'll get out the van with my gun and I'm going to help him.
Well, the second you got in the van,
I got this
I
dog.
would have been telling you
I
about
got this
Llama
dog.
Man. I would have been taking all your attention and telling you about Llama Man. The
Okay.
The kid that they
Okay.
saw the other night, he was here standing by the side of the van, and it wasn't Meacham. Meacham's an old man. This was like a younger guy wearing that little llama hat or llama head costume piece.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. I've got to save his ass. He thinks he's going to fight that dog. Look at him. He's got his jukes up like he's going to box it.
Oh, shoot, there's a dog over there. Oh no. Well, we can open a door so they can jump in here faster.
Well, I
No,
was
the
planning
dog
on doing
caught
that,
me. There's
but
no
the dog's
jumping in
caught up
faster.
with him. He's scrapping with
So
the
yeah, I'm
dog.
ready to fight.
I'm running out. I'm going to try and shoot this dog.
Okay, so
Maybe just shoot the ground. Shoot the ground. Maybe the dog will stop.
I don't think so. That dog's fucking a really good boy. Yeah.
the dog has got a hard bite and it jumps at you and attempts to bite you. Where is it? Combat.
Dodge or fight back.
Right.
So.
Has it not locked it? Sec. It's not letting me roll it for some reason.
I think Brian's supposed to decide if he's dodging or fighting back before you do, actually.
Yeah, so
I don't have any way to indicate that.
I think you have to just say.
should have dodge on your sheet.
I've got no pop-ups, anything. Well, I mean, I'm waiting to see what he rolls.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
that's.
it's not letting me
It's
roll
gonna
it
be
for some
versus,
reason.
right?
Yeah, dodges after they hit you. Dodges after they hit you. You can try and beat.
You get to choose after they roll it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we were saying the same thing about
You've got me targeted.
the dex and the dodge. We're just
Yeah, it's not. It's.
Do you
it's
need to
not
start
letting me-
combat?
Oh no, it's all right. No. Here we go.
Ah.
Oh, and he misses. Misses anyway. Lunges at you, but the chain just gets caught in the grass a little bit and sort of pulls it back.
So you're gonna punch.
So
Well, he gets the chance to
Misses.
fight back on this, on the dog's attack. He gets a chance to fight back, and then it'll be his turn.
brawl.
yeah. So you get
Well, no,
decide what outcome you're trying for. You fight back. You can dodge, but you don't have to dodge because it attacked and missed.
That's why I think
Um,
you should. That's why I think you should
I'm
have
just
to
gonna go for
declare.
the van.
I think you're supposed to declare fight back or dodge before the person attacks.
I don't think you do.
get the
I'm fairly
dodge.
certain
No,
you
it
get the pick
doesn't
afterwards.
say that.
You get to see the roll and pick.
Because you can't dodge or fight back against a firearm, can you? If it was a gun,
Right.
you wouldn't be able to do that.
No, you can dodge though.
No, you
Different.
can't.
It's different. You, have,
Firearm attacks. It says you cannot. You
can,
cannot dodge
you
or
can,
fight
you
back
go
against
prone.
firearm attacks.
you can dodge, but it's only by diving prone.
Yeah,
you can dive
dodge,
down on
but
the
you go
ground.
prone. Yeah.
You can.
It's
Oh,
the
the
only
cheat
thing
sheet
you
says
do
you
against
can't.
firearms.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Anyway, it missed. What are you doing?
I'm going for the van. Like,
Are
I'm
you
not gonna
running?
fight it if I don't have
You're
to. Yeah.
brilliant. Okay.
If it's missed you, you might as well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have the door open for you so you can like jump in and then.
So
Like
okay,
it
so
leapt at me, and I just kind of ducked to the side, and then I run for
Yep.
the van.
I get back in the
and the
van.
door's
then.
open as well. So I will. I mean, you're not far from it. You're a couple of feet away. I'll let you get in the van. You make it. Slam the door behind you. This dog's still going apeshit outside the van, barking, shouting.
I give it a little bit of a
Drooling.
wave as I slam the van door closed.
Oh, don't tease it, Boone. Jesus Christ. Just about bit
See
your
ya, Pooch.
ball. Just about bit your dick off and you're teasing it. Jeez. Oh, I hope it never sees you
I
again.
would have defended. Dude, I got a brawl of 60. Like, I can fight.
That's a serious
Maybe he
brawl.
Maybe the dog will pick up the llama scent.
So you made it away from Royce's house. What are you doing now? Where
Well,
are you going? What
now-
are you doing? Because obviously,
We're hearing
It's time to
about
go to the farm.
this guy with a llama head, first of all. So what did he do? He just stood in front of the van and went ooga booga, or what?
He was over there at the tree line, like you guys were saying that you had seen. But then I like looked away towards you guys to honk the horn, and then he was right next to my window.
Did he have
And
anything
so
in
I
his hand?
But look at him. All I saw was he was, because we're in a van, and I just saw out the window at his head. So he had. It was a younger looking guy, though. It wasn't Meacham. It was a younger looking guy, and he just had that costume little llama head over his face, over his head.
How old is Royce?
Royce is a Vietnam vet, so he's
older. It's over 50.
And
older.
that was in the 70s, so
Yes.
he's got to be at least
He's an older guy.
40, 50?
He's in his 50s.
And Meacham's like
Yeah.
60, isn't he?
Meacham's
Yeah.
nearly 60.
So
I think
that's
it
no
was.
Meacham and it's no Royce that you saw.
Yeah, so it's whatever the kids saw the other night.
So maybe the thing
so
that you
what-
saw,
what
the
ti-
person you saw, whatever it is, has killed a bunch of people up at that chicken farm, and that's what's being covered up.
I don't know.
I assume we're having this conversation as we're driving
As we're
towards the
driving
branch.
to the farm, aye. Yeah, I think so.
Boiler farm?
Yeah, what?
So you're
What,
headed to
uh,
the Broiler Farm. Broiler Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what time is it right now?
Oh,
You
that's
want-
right. Did we want to go
Go
to the
off-
bar, or do we want to go to the farm?
Oh yeah, you told us about
You said it
that.
was like 4-ish.
Oh,
We
fair.
got time to go to the bar.
Should we go to that bar then?
Let's go to the bar.
Catch that meet, see if we can see what that meeting's all about. We have to try and be inconspicuous.
That's like a couple hours away, though. We could go to the farm first.
We could go to the farm first, yeah.
All right. But,
To the bar.
yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure if we.
Yeah, if there's plenty of time, how many hours away?
It's a
time is it
couple
now?
hours. We've seen it was like 4 o'clock, right?
I think
Oh no,
the
Rusty's is
Yeah,
centre of
but-
town.
thing locked up.
And the note said 6.
Rusty's is there. The Broiler Farm is quite a big piece of land at the north side of town.
We're not going to
Yeah.
need an hour and a half there, so we're good to go to the farm first.
Royce is there.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's head to the farm.
The DM's locked up.
Can I
Oh,
zoom?
you
Can I zoom,
are-
please?
I've done it again. Sorry.
So it's okay.
I
mate.
need to do
Even
it.
you're
each one.
zooming.
I know.
Well, I like it to fill the screen. I don't like the black bits at the side.
No, I know.
I'm sure the viewers appreciate it.
So yeah, as you approach the Broiler Farm, it's a big plot of land. You can see the
Huge.
big the
Plats of
sheds, plats of land. There's workers. Obviously, it's all done in shift work, so there's people doing various different jobs. There's grow out barns, which you can see as you approach. To the edge of the farm, you can see this big Victorian-looking house,
Oh, he's got
which you
money.
assume is the farm owner's house.
That's kind of unusual for Tennessee, right? I mean, there's not a lot of houses in Tennessee with Victorian style.
No, I think it signifies he's got a lot of money.
Tennessee is southern. That's pretty common, actually.
So yeah, you've got the Brant farm at the top, near the admin building where all the sales and administration's done. And then you've got the main part of the farm with the hatchery, the grow-out barns, the rearing house, etc. So,
Where we're going
Can we
off,
tell
so-
other than chickens what those barns might be for? Because you keep saying grow out house or something. Is there chickens or are there some sort of plants? Like are they growing pot or something?
so a grow-out barn is basically where you would rear chickens. Your guys would know this. You educated people, so that's where they put chickens to grow, to get them of age and things like that.
So it's just
As far as I know,
it's
anyway.
just chicken farming here, nothing else. It's
a chicken farm.
dedicated to
It's a chicken
chicken.
farm,
Yeah. Okay, where do we go
So-
first? To the gaff?
Well, the question, because I looked at the maps, and I'm sure I would have taken some notes. Is there any indication where the old sewage system connected to? Would it have been more towards the hatchery, towards the grow-out barns, to the processing area? If I had to guess.
If you were to guess, you think it's coming from one of the grow-out... You think it would be from one of the grow-out barns?
That's where we're going.
Well,
I
know
tell
which
everybody
one.
else that. Now, obviously there's a fence. The drive, I mean, if this is a private barn, the drive probably is open. I doubt there's a closed gate.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no sort of restrictions to get into the barn.
It's not like a corporate holding, so
Yeah. But there's people working and there's shift workers and stuff, so it's not entirely
right.
devoid of
So
people.
as we're
Would I be thinking an industry like this runs 24/7 and there'll be people working night shift and stuff anyway? So there'll be people here no matter what
Pretty
time
much.
we come. Yeah.
well, maybe not if it's still a privately held farm. I doubt they run 24/7.
No.
They probably run during the day, and then people go home at night.
Yeah.
Corporate places might run 24/7, but not a privately held farm. There's a lot of people around. I don't know if we want to do this during the day.
Well, especially it's a holiday. Today's a holiday. No one's going to be here. They're all
It's
going to be going to watch the
4th of
fireworks.
July
Tomorrow's
tomorrow.
the holiday.
It's a
Today's
Saturday.
Still the 3rd.
It's a Saturday.
Okay.
That actually doesn't much matter for a family farm. They might still function on
Yeah,
Saturdays.
they probably do.
A
Farms.
lot of the,
Farms are seven days a
a
week
lot of the cattle
number.
farms out here function. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always stuff needs to be done.
Yeah, it's a 24/7 job.
I would almost prefer that we go to the bar first to check
Come
out
back
this
here at
possible
nighttime.
meet with Royce and come back at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, I jumped into the van. We got to go back and get my car. Hopefully, that dog can still
True.
buy it.
True.
Hopefully he ate the llama, man.
Let's swing back by Royce's place, get your car, and then try and catch that meeting that Royce has apparently got today at 6
I mean,
p.m.
I'm fine. That's just a side thing. Like, I'm fine continuing to ride with everyone. I'm just saying, I don't want to leave my car parked outside of Royce's place.
Yeah,
Nah,
want
you
your-
don't.
You want your car back.
No, that's
of course.
We don't want to leave our
Like,
car
I'm
just
happy to
sitting
jump
outside
into
his
the van,
place
but-
anyway. It's a bit sus. We want to get
Right.
get away from there. We'll go swing by his.
That's
pick
my
up your
thought,
car.
though. Come back at night. It's up to you guys.
No,
That's
I agree. I think you're right because it's going to be less busy if maybe not completely empty and quiet, but less busy at least. I think. Let's do that thing at 6. Let's check out that bar. Let's be there well before 6 and like in a corner, comfortable already with drinks, so that we don't
Eating
look out.
lunch.
Eating and drinking, so we don't look out of place. We've already been there for a while. We're there with purpose, and then we can hopefully catch him come in and do some meeting. Because he's not seen us sniffing around yet. He doesn't know us. This Royce guy.
You're
I don't
heading,
know that we. I
heading
don't know
back
that
to
we
the bar,
know
did you say?
Royce either, but
Do we know what? Good question. Do we know what Royce looks like?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think. Well, the sheriff told you about him
Must be.
at the beginning.
So we could stop somewhere and
Um,
call and get a description from the sheriff at least, hopefully.
He'll have told you what he looks like. I don't think he's giving you a picture or anything like that because obviously it's 1981. But he'll have said, if He'll have told you. He'll have described it. So if you spot him in a room, you'll be able to see.
Okay, that's good enough for
Joe
me.
Royce.
Let's go to Chucky's bar or whatever it was called.
Rusty's.
So yeah, so you jump in the vehicle. You decide you're going to come back later. As you're driving away from the farm, you see a person was sort of approaching where you were parked up, not doing anything, not chasing you down or anything like that, but he's just stood watching you as you drive away. And he is his name is, I won't tell you his name actually because you might meet him later on. He's quite a big guy, sort of short, brown hair, glasses, and he's well dressed, but he's just sort of arms folded, watches you drive away. As you drive across town and you head to...
Probably the manager of the farm.
Was he wearing like a dark blue shirt? Was it?
Ooh. You know what I'm going to ask you, don't you, Dave?
What's that?
Can I zoom, please? Thank you.
Again.
Right.
So you guys head to Rusty's bar. Never. It's one of those bars that never closes, even though it's got official closing hours. Never really closes.
Aye, whatever. That's a good kind of bar, like.
It's like Vegas.
You pull up outside, you can hear the music and you can hear the banter going on inside. Are you going in? I take it you are, because that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Whiskey pool. I don't see anything about food.
It's a bar. You can get food if you want food.
Aye, it says truckers welcome. Surely they've got some wings and stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Surely some wings.
Almost everyone here you find is a trucker or a farmhand or something along that ilk. And you enter the bar. It's one of those dingy places. It's thick with cigarette smoke and the stale smell of beer in the air. Everyone sort of takes a moment to sort of the whole looking at you for a second, and then goes back to doing what they're doing. Not around these parts, I don't think, Gary.
Gary.
There's a couple of guys playing darts at the back of the room. There's a pool table not far from the dartboard. A couple of guys playing pool. And there's an old, well, I say old to us, but there's a brand new Galaxian arcade machine in another corner. But it's recently broke down, so it's not working.
Oh no. I was gonna have a shot.
You
at
see,
that.
like one of the waitresses sort of passing drinks over the bar and taking them to tables and stuff like that. You can hear people discussing, and you keep hearing the name Stiegler. And it seems that the news has obviously got around town that Stiegler has been killed, and you also keep hearing the word long handle in amongst the conversations. So people are trying to put two and two together. You hear people saying, "Oh, they're gonna kill that long handle if he makes his way back to town, or if they find out he's the guy that killed Stiegler," and you just hear snippets of these conversations.
I need each of you to give me $1 and hire me as your lawyer so that anything you said I cannot be forced to tell. The law.
In one of the corners, sat at a table, you spot who you think is. He's sat drinking a beer. Looking mean. He's grizzled. You know from what you were told. That's Joe Royce.
All right.
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna get into a position where I can potentially hear what he says to anyone who sits at his table, and also see him. So.
Yeah. So is he currently alone, aye?
Yeah.
What time we on?
Five-ish.
Okay. So I
Excuse me. Getting close to 6.
get some drinks, and if we can get some wings,
Get some
wings.
food.
Yeah,
Some
just
food.
get ourselves comfortable so we don't look out of place. Just be bar people.
Yeah.
Maybe even have a
So,
game
yeah,
of pool.
you sit down
Did you say there was a pool
at the
table?
bar or at a table.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 guys playing pool. But you can certainly go over if you wanted to. But you can get a table, or you're sitting at the bar, or
What's better for getting a view of him?
so you look out. There's a table free just behind him. Because where they are in the room, I won't say the booths almost, but they're those like diner tables where they're against the wall and they've got like the 2
The divider.
leather,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Yeah. Next one along to where he's sat.
It's a pretty good view of him. Let's get in there.
Okay.
All right.
Sit down, and waitress comes over. What can I get you all? She
So-
pulls a little notepad out.
So
Is there food?
we're gonna order food for everybody and drinks for everybody.
Some burgers or something?
Yeah, burgers, fried, that sort of thing. She goes through that. They've got bar food, burger,
Yeah,
burgers, fries, drinks.
Yeah, I'll get burgers, fries, some wings, milkshake,
Coke.
and a beer. All that good
Oh, they
stuff.
have milkshakes? If they have milkshakes, I definitely want a milkshake.
Yeah, we don't do milkshakes. We got Coke or lemonade, and that's about it.
You know, the lemonade sounds good.
We got some time. I'll get a pitcher of beer.
That
Okay.
sounds like a good
Just
plan.
take
I
your
would
order.
love a refreshing lemonade, my dear.
I will
Appreciate it. With a burger?
Takes your order as well.
Some fries.
And she does lean in and say, "Hey, are you all hear about Stiegler, Deputy Stiegler being murdered?"
No, we're here about burgers and fries
no,
and beer.
I haven't. What have you heard?
Sorry, say that again, because you all spoke at once.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Why, no, I have not heard. What have you heard?
Oh no, just Deputy Stiegler was found murdered. I mean, he was such a lovely boy. He was a great guy. I just don't know why anyone would want to kill the deputy. And the sheriff, he's pissed about this. The sheriff is pissed.
Yeah, never shoot the
It's-
deputy.
Say, do you recall what Stiegler's first name was? I don't remember it.
His name's Paul. Paul Stiegler.
Paul.
Mm-hmm. He was Nolan's Gap,
Tragedy.
born and
Sheriff's
bred.
gonna take care of it, though, I'm sure.
I mean, he was liked. He was really liked around here. So if the sheriff doesn't find his killer first, then whoever does, I feel
Okay.
sorry for.
I need y'all to give me $1 and say that I was your lawyer, so that whatever you say will not be used.
What you all talking about, honey? I don't know what you're talking about. We're just having a conversation. We're not incriminating.
We're just talking, gossiping, as country folks do.
And she sort of says like she goes back and she gives the order to the bar person. And she's pointing out saying, yeah. Whoever, I mean, we've had it all going on in town. We've had the mounds appearing in people's yards, and we've had obviously the long handle thing, and with the escape from prison. I mean, it's all going off in town. It's crazy.
Who's long
Anyway.
handle?
Long handle, you know, and you sort of notice as she's talking about, as she's just waffling on, that Royce has sort of turned his body a little bit, so he's obviously listening. Long handle, you know Long handle, don't you? You Long handle Meacham and killed those people over at the farm
Aye, Long
all those
Handle
years ago.
Meacham,
He's now out of prison. And,
Oh.
it's like, well, his name's Mitchell.
So
Meacham.
I
Long
turned
handle
to look. I turned to look at Royce. If he turns around and says that, I says, "Oh, you know, I heard a report that he got out just this past Wednesday."
So she said that. Royce didn't say it, but yeah.
Oh, I thought Royce turned around and said that
No,
to us.
he's-
If he didn't say anything, I'm
Sorry,
not going
no,
to say
he's
anything
listening.
He's just turning and
He
listening.
turns,
Okay.
but you see that he's sort of like bending his ear so he can hear what's being talked about.
You're wigging into the conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's just mentioned like, and obviously, if you're looking for Philip Carlson,
Who?
because Philip Carlson and him and his wife have run away.
Where did they run away to?
I think he's been. It was weird because she brought him back. Carlson was born in Nolan's Gap, and his wife that he met brought him back to Nolan's Gap, and he never wanted to come back here. And it was his brother that was murdered all those years ago. And it's like, it's all too weird, if you know what I mean. It's like an episode of one of those TV shows that everything's all tied together, you know, like a small town conspiracy sort of thing.
Like a murder
And then-
mystery, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
As she says this, Royce stands up and says, "You know what, Charlene? You talk too much." And he pushes her, not violently, but he sort of
What?
pushes her
You
to,
do it.
now go on and get on with your
Trying
duties.
to raise charges against this man for assault and battery. Assault is just saying something to somebody. Battery is actually touching them. So this is actually
You
battery.
could, yeah,
What
you could easily
are you
arrest him.
talking about, woman?
Arrest him,
Battery
Lewis.
charges is what I'm talking about. You're not allowed to touch people with it for nothing.
They call the police. Oh, one of them's dead. Only got one left.
You
So,
hear
ma'am,
that?
So
did-
you,
Officer
Have
Lewis.
charges against this man. We could do citizen's arrest if you need it.
We don't need a citizen's arrest. We have an active police officer here.
you guys
I'm
are guys been asking too many questions in and around town. You know, you're not wanted here. I don't give a shit what that sheriff says. The sheriff brought you here, whatever. You ain't wanted round here. Why don't you just pack up and go?
Oh, we're here for the exciting fireworks show.
We heard your town's got the best fireworks show. We wouldn't miss it.
Oh, you're a bunch of jokers now, yeah? Well, I heard you talking. I heard you talking to Charlene. But if Longhandle comes back here, he's fucking dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. Because Longhandle, Meacham, he's dead. He's if he comes back to town, he's dead. I'll hunt him down myself, so you guys are not needed.
Why would he come back to town? Isn't that the man that killed all those people up at the farm? Why would he come back for?
Because he's twisted. Something wrong with the guy.
We know
He
him well,
fucking
there.
lost it then. He's lost it now. I used to work with him.
Oh, you did?
He's an absolute loon.
Was he
He's gone.
Was he always a loon, or did you just snap one day?
Or as I know, whatever happened. He lost it. He started to hack at people, and he had to be taken down.
Was there any witnesses? Did anyone see it?
I was there.
You were there. You saw it.
Just
Wow.
you, right?
Anyone else?
Oh.
Weren't it just you?
I think this conversation's over.
I don't
Folks,
know.
and he
He
turns
said
to
plenty
all
of
the
incriminating things. That's
He turns to the crowd. Folks, Longhandle Meacham comes back to town. He doesn't belong here. Take him out. And everyone's sort of like, and they're all murmuring to themselves.
for like dinner or something.
Oh, real jokers. Real jokers. And he goes back to drinking his beer. What are you doing?
Waiting to see who meets him at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm sitting there
Yep.
looking at the menu to see if there's any specials.
Well, looks at his watch.
I'm drinking a beer, looking at my friends like,
And
he was an interesting fellow, wasn't he?
Probably about 5 to 6, and he gets up and he throws down a bit of cash on the table to pay for his drinks, and he walks out of the bar.
Oh.
Before he leaves the bar, he leans over to Charlene, the waitress that he spoke to, and he just whispers something to her and leaves the bar.
I'm gonna go talk to Charlene again.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to press charges?
I'll call her over. I'll call Charlene over.
Actually, I'm gonna catch Lewis's eye and kind of nod my head at Royce. Like, think maybe we should follow him?
Yeah. Let's see what he's up to.
I think he might shoot us if we follow him, but okay.
Can't shoot all 4 of us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you all following, or are you saying to speak to Charlene, did you say?
Nah. Well,
I was just talking to Lewis.
yeah, they were just talking amongst themselves, so I didn't hear him say he was going to follow him, so I'm going to go talk to Charlene.
Yeah, I think I would too. I
Me
want
and
to see
Molly
if
will
she
go
wants
speak
to.
to Charlene.
They'll do
So
that,
you
and
and Molly
we'll
are going
go.
to... Yeah, you'll follow Royce.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So, you head over to where Charlene is just serving at a table and just wiping down a couple of drink stains, and she says, oh, hello. What can I do for y'all?
I just wanted to see if you wanted to press charges against that guy. I mean, it was extremely.
Oh, no, he's just Joe. He's just angry, and he's fine. He's harmless, really.
What did he say to you then when he
It's
whispered
fine.
something to you? What was that he was saying to you just before he left there?
Oh, he said something about heading to the farm, and I think he said, tell Caleb I'll call him later. Caleb, I think, is one of his friends that comes in every now and again.
Thank you.
But that's all. There's nothing bad.
Okay.
Okay, well.
Yeah, he used to work. I think he worked at the farm. You know, the one on the outskirts side of town. The big Absol and Brant owns. I mean, we don't know that the Brant guy. I mean, his farm's been around for a long time, but we rarely see him in town. And I think he worked there for a while or something. I don't know. But yeah, Joe's just Joe. He's
Is he always angry?
just he is. He's always got a temper. He's always grumpy.
That's
People
not-
just usually stay out of his way, and he comes in to drink every now and again, but that's about it.
Drinking and anger issues are
Not a good
not
mix.
go well together. But at least it's just beer. Well, I'll give her a card if you change your mind on pressing charges. You have several witnesses here about the way that you were treated. We'll be here in town for a few days, but even after that, if you change your mind later, give us a call.
So she says, as you do that, you pass her a card, and she puts it in a waitress the penny thing that they wear, and she says, "You know something though, because Deputy Stiegler, when we found out he'd been murdered, a lot of people thought it might be Royce, because he arrested him a few times about a year or so ago. He was in here one night, and he ended up stabbing someone near the arcade space game. And he was arrested by Stiegler. So a lot of people are saying it might have been Royce that killed him, but no one will say it to his face. Oh no. Not many people really like him. I think people are more scared of him than like him.
Well, I mean, he stabs people and then he still lives here. So he's not, you know what I mean? He stabbed the local dude. He stabbed the person and he's still in the town. Yeah, people are going to be scared of him.
But that's it. That's all I know. I mean, he's yeah. I think your friends have gone anyway, so
Yeah.
I have to get back to work.
I won't take up any more of your time, thank you. I'll give her a really nice, generous tip.
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
Extra butter.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Alrighty. Good luck.
All right, so you guys are following Royce, and you know that he's heading to. He got in his truck, and he's headed in the direction of the Brant Broiler Farm.
Can we catch up with them
Um,
before they get to the car? Was our conversation?
yeah, because are you in a?
that quick?
I'll say you're in a. Oh right, so you want to be in? No, they've already left.
Right, but they've let.
Yeah.
But I want to catch up with them and find out where they're going before they leave. Is what I'm saying.
But they're gone.
But they're
So
gone.
we can't.
Yeah,
But they're gone.
I'm not gonna have a chance.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't know where they're going. Is my point.
No.
You could probably guess.
Well, you said you were gonna go back to the we were gonna go here and then we're gonna try the
The-
farm later. So
The cop and the investigative journalist left right after Royce did.
yeah.
Mhm.
I
Oh
think-
yeah,
So
you
they're
know
probably
you
enough. You're
know-
Hollywood enough to know.
We know
you
that
got
you're
enough
gonna
Hollywood
follow.
experience.
Yeah,
to
we know
he
that you're
pointed
gonna follow.
out that you're. Yeah, exactly. You Royce left. Your two colleagues left. The waitress pointed that out, and yeah, I think
He
you know
said he
that
was
you're.
going home, so they
Yeah.
probably went to Royce's house. 'Cause Royce said he was.
No, we were following him.
Yeah,
They're following him.
Royce never said he was going home.
He never said he was going home. Did he say to the waitress that he was going to the farm?
No, he said I'll tell Caleb. I'll call him later. If Caleb comes in, tell him I'll call him later.
So we've got no
My
idea he's
mind
going there.
manufactured that he was going home.
No, he didn't. He didn't. And you.
This is
So
why.
you two could put two and two together.
This is why.
I mean, our next stop after
It's
here was to go back to the farm, so I'm gonna head to
Not
the
very
farm.
relaxed.
It was.
So, you guys follow Royce up to the farm. And
JJ knows
Yeah.
how to not be seen as a tail, right? Right,
yeah,
JJ?
yeah,
You know how to do this.
JJ's done this many times in his law enforcement career. You hang back far enough, he doesn't put two and two together, even though there's not many vehicles on the road that day. But obviously, going into the farm, you can't directly follow him, or else you will stand out. So,
Oh yeah,
Are
no,
you-
JJ, we should pull off before we get to the farm. I think it's clear where he's going. Let's find a spot on the side of the road. Maybe with some
Yeah.
good brush. Hide the car a bit.
so yeah, you pull off the side of the road. Say there's a few laybys and that sort of thing that you can easily not make the car invisible, but make it so it's not easy to be seen. And you wait a while. What we'll say is, as you're waiting, another car approaches. Actually, we'll say, because you're not in the van, we'll say it's the van.
Me and,
The guys have
me and Molly are in the van. Me and Molly
got
and
to
Bob.
get, and then you've headed back, so you see them tucked away at the side of the
Bob.
road. Yeah, poor Bob
If I
driving.
don't see Bob dead by the end of this, I'm going to be upset. He needs
No,
to be
Bob
sacrificed.
is surviving. What are you talking about? Bob's just about to retire. Bob's got 14 kids. Don't say that about Bob.
He was a war correspondent. He's been in
You're
tough.
offering those.
14
You're offering
kids.
those 14 kids, you scumbag.
So you see the farm in the distance. You've seen Royce's car headed to the farm. You're close enough to see that it pulls up at the house, and he gets out and goes in. Obviously, you're nowhere near close enough to see much else.
Sure.
And then I assume you just gotta watch to see what happens. A bit of time passes, and then Royce comes out. You see him get into his car. Looks a little bit more pissed off than normal. Wheel spins away from the house, and books it back onto the road. Does pass you guys, but you're not sure if he sees you or not. He doesn't slow down. He doesn't make any sort of maneuver to show that he's seen you. But yeah, he heads back to town. What are you doing?
Well, if we think the
Here's-
pipelines.
What I'll do And I did try, and I couldn't get it to work properly. It had like an investigation board thing where you could put clues together.
Sure.
Here's what you know. Carlson's younger brother was murdered the night that Mitchell Meacham went crazy and murdered 5 people at the Brant's Broiler Farm. You know Joe Royce, allegedly. You know Joe, well, he was convicted of it, so... But yeah, allegedly.
Still alleged.
Yeah. Joe Royce worked there at the same time, and Royce was the one that ended said murder spree. And was seen as a hero.
And is the only witness.
Absalom Brant owns this farm and has done for a long time. It resisted big chicken farm takeover. Still very independent. The mounds appeared, obviously, in the art gardens of where these old pipes run, as done by the library research. What have I missed?
I don't know, but I'm just chuckling at the idea that they resisted Big Chicken.
Big Chicken.
Big Chicken
Big
takeover.
Chicken came and they said, no, fuck you, Big Chicken.
And managed to do it as well. Not only did they resist it, they resisted it very well.
Respect
because there is another farm in the area as well that I think the other one fell to it. I can't remember. But yeah, that's what you know so far. And you know that Stiegler, the deputy, has been murdered. And you know that Meacham
with the machete
has escaped prison. Mm-hmm. You've obviously spotted someone or something a couple of times. I think that's what you know so far. So, yeah.
So, does Royce work here? Is Royce currently an employee of this place?
We don't know.
You don't know?
We know that he's getting checks.
We know that he's getting
just
checks.
came here for some reason and then left
pissed off.
almost immediately.
Do you think we should go and speak to the boss of the farm?
I don't know that we would know he left pissed off. It's not like we were even close by. We pulled off the side of the road.
No,
we just saw his car coming back.
I did use the phrase pissed off more than normal.
I did say that.
No.
He might slam the door as he got in his truck, maybe.
His wheel
with
spinning
a
away
little
as
bit more
well.
oomph. Wheel spun away from the house, so something had irked him by the look of it.
I don't know. I think it's still something going on with those pipes. I want to go check out the
Grow
growth
sheds.
houses or whatever they were called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going into the farm?
I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go into the farm.
So you could go in. You could go in. Just go in if you want, and you can announce yourself, obviously, to the people that are working. So it's obviously like as it gets later in the evening, it's more of like a skeleton crew of people, but rather than bustling with workers. Or you could try and sneak in. It's entirely up to you.
This is a weekend, but it's not the holiday. You're saying tomorrow's the holiday, so maybe we could go into a little shop and get some little white hard hats and clipboards. Like we're here to do some inspecting.
I mean,
just gonna sneak in.
JJ's got a badge also, but I think we just sneak in.
OSHA.
Okay.
Going to be OSHA.
Let's just sneak in.
Sneak in, and if we get caught,
Should we go for
JJ's
grow
got
out?
a badge.
Are you going for the grow out barn? Did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Boone.
Yeah, I want to try and find some spot in the fence that's going to be easy to cross, or maybe
Get
we
on
can
top,
just
whatever.
brute force pull up the bottom of the fence a bit and crawl under.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say
This
is
isn't corporate, so I'm not imagining it's like a giant barbed wire fence. It's just
no. It's a community farm, big piece of land, obviously.
Right.
So it's going to be security, but it's nothing like razor wire and all that sort of thing. It's
right.
Like
It's more to keep.
the thicker chicken
Animals
wire,
in
like
them,
a
things
tennis
out.
court has.
Yeah, it's nothing
I mean,
crazy.
it might not even have that in some places.
Yeah.
It might just be like
Feds.
You know, this isn't like they're not raising cattle, so it's not like they have to have something that can keep a cow out. They probably,
All the chickens are
if
probably
they've got those
inside
grow
sheds.
houses, they probably don't have free range chickens. So
it's probably
They
They don't have
may
to worry
even
about that
have
either.
like a little area where people could walk up and get like a little carton of eggs or something like that, where it would be normal for people to park and come in and get something.
maybe near one of the main houses, but I'm thinking about going off kind of to the side and you know, going through the brush and or you know, grasslands, which I would imagine.
so the people don't see us
more likely,
approaching.
and,
The other
and get
picture?
into.
Can we see the flat?
The map.
plan? Yeah, because
The
that
map.
it looks completely different than this.
Oh yeah. This is the use your imagination sort of thing. But all I'd ask you to do, give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
If you're going in, you also don't have to go in.
Yes,
I'm going in.
absolutely. You don't have to.
I'm going in.
I don't see stealth listed on my skills.
Under spot hidden?
No, he hasn't got.
Well, keep in mind, I didn't have
All right.
some
No,
as well.
Yeah,
I didn't do it.
Well,
No, I do not have it under spot hidden.
I had one in a field.
There's
it's fine. Again, I'm not going to murder you at the.
Just depends.
Yeah, Lewis,
Come on.
JJ.
the only one.
The professional.
So you get through the fence. You all head towards the grow out barns, and there's a bit of space between you all. You're not all lumped together. As Lewis turns the corner of one of these grow out barns, the rest of you hear, "Oh, what are you doing here?" You turn around and you see the guy that you saw
Wasn't
earlier
there
on
an
as you were
area
driving away.
Where we could buy some eggs? Was there some place that we could get some eggs?
This is no. This is a shop. This isn't a shop. This is a farm. This is a working farm. Why are you can't be around here? What are you doing?
Okay, I'm sorry. Like I said, we're looking for some eggs to buy.
I'm gonna buy some eggs.
We don't
I just
sell
gonna be
eggs.
honest. Son, what's your name?
You don't sell eggs.
My name's Hutch. Hutch Bulger.
All right, Hutch. Now, I need you to understand, we're here under the authority of the sheriff. We're looking around. We're doing some investigation. It don't concern you none. So you go on about your business, and we go ahead and go and take a look around.
I'm sorry, Absalom. Mr. Brandt puts me in charge of the farm. You guys shouldn't be here. You say sheriff.
I'm sorry. Is Mr. Absalom the sheriff of these parts? I don't think he is.
No. But he owns this
Now,
farm.
if you go back up to that big house there and you call the sheriff, you'll see that we're here on business. And we gonna do that business. You understand me?
You shouldn't be on this. This is.
Son, don't make me put you down.
Just
Oh my God.
roll me.
I put my hand
Oh, definitely gonna do this.
Flash a badge at him, Lewis, or something.
You can choose. It can either be
No,
intimidate
Lewis is hidden.
or persuade.
Oh yeah, he's the one that
Lewis
managed to
isn't
hide.
there.
Yeah, it's the three of us, isn't it?
Well, my persuade isn't great.
Intimidate.
Fast talk?
Or fast talk. I could give you fast talk. You are being quite intimidated, though. Intimidating. You are being quite aggressive.
I'd let him
My
have fast
intimidating.
talk.
Well, I'm an aggressive
well.
journalist, but also it's fast talk, right?
Yeah, he fast talks aggressively. I'd
I'll
let
roll
him have
fast
fast talk.
Go on, fast talk.
Come
Go
on. That looks good to me.
There you go. Okay.
Well, I done told you we're here for the sheriff.
All right. I get it. Okay. Just do me a favor, man. If anyone stops and talks to you, just tell them Hutch said it's okay for you guys to be here, but please don't go into grow the barn number 4.
Why not?
We will not go into bar number
Oh,
4,
we
and I will
definitely
tell you,
won't
I
go
will
in
tell
number
anyone who
4,
comes
mate.
along
Great. Which one
that
is
we're here under your say.
the first one
Hang
we're
on,
going
hang
into
on.
now? Why did you not
Hang on.
want us to go into bar number 4?
He's not going to tell us.
That's where Mr. DeForest is doing his work. Anyway.
Well, we will not interrupt Mr. DeForest. Now, you go on about your business. We'll let anybody else know that you said we'd be here. And we will be in and out, do our investigation, and get out. I'm sure we won't find nothing.
He turns and he sort of trots away quite fast, not wanting to be seen with you.
Is it
Alright.
psychology to know anything suspicious when he's telling us, because that's where Mr. DeForest is?
Yeah.
It
Well,
would
I
have
mean, I
been,
don't think
but
there's any question. We're going right to bar number 4, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It would have been, but he's left now.
Without a doubt, we're going there first. So, let's head to bar number 4. What's behind door number 4?
Are you catching up with Lewis? Or
Yeah, well, yeah.
We're going to try and catch up with Lewis to tell. Lewis,
We don't know where Lewis went, but
Number
we're going
4.
to bar number 4 now.
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
so
Just because
you're
we were
walking around the
told not-
barn.
I haven't heard the name DeForest yet. Has anybody else?
Don't think so.
No, I've not heard the name DeForest. I guess
as you
we're
walk
going
in,
to barn number 4.
you sort of sticking to the side. You're not looking like, you're not doing the whole tiptoeing thing, but you're just sticking to the side of the buildings and walking normally. There are people that keep passing your path, but they're not really interacting with you at the moment as you head into the barn.
Give him the little side wave.
Well, actually, while we're walking past people, I will also say a little above normal volume, but still ostensibly just to the people I'm walking with. Now, Hutch said we got to check this one over here.
Nice touch.
As you approach barn number 4, you have to pass number 3, and you hear like an older man's voice from inside this barn, and it sounds like, although you can't hear him, the words clear as anything, it sounds like someone's taking a bollocking. Someone's being absolutely berated, shouted at, and that's just as you're passing. And you reach barn number 4, and it looks like all the other barns, but it's all windowless. All these barns are. Quite a big door. One of you tries the door. I don't know which one, but you realise that it is locked, and
There's no
dirtily
side
locked
doors?
as well. There's no what? Sorry.
There's no side doors or anything? We don't want to go in through the big-ass front door.
Nope. There's just one door into this building,
Well, that's
and it's
not
windowless as
OSHA
well.
regulation.
No, it's
No,
really
there's
not.
no fire
Um,
escape. That's very dangerous.
Is this
Not
is
that you
this a
could
door that I
see.
can pick, or is it barred, or?
You could try to pick it, but it will. It have to be a hard success, and it'll take a bit of time as well.
Probably.
You can do it.
That's probably not going to happen. I don't even know if I should even bother rolling with 40.
Oh, you've got a 20% chance.
If it's going to take
There's always
time.
a chance. The only one with a chance.
Okay.
You never know.
Goes up to the
It's a
Willow
dice.
Jam.
It's a dice. You never know. You never know. Very close. Oh, you've got 40. So it's 4 off a hard success. You only need to spend 4 luck to pass.
Yeah,
Belt,
I'm
a
doing it.
belt a roll.
Since
Belt a
I'm
roll.
so close.
Very nice.
You spend a bit of time. This takes you a little bit of time. It is a harder lock, and every now and again.
Now, I
you
will
hit-
remind you all, this is just a hobby. This is not something that I do for any kind of business.
A hobby that you've been doing for a
It's just a
very long
hobby.
time and you're very good at, apparently, Boone. But yes, I'm sure it's just a hobby.
Yeah, so it takes a bit of time, and you finally hear the click, and the door opens. Are you all going in?
Yeah.
Boone's trying to get out of sight as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
so
I'm-
yes,
exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to get in and
You
get
get-
into the shadows and head in.
You get through. You pull the door to, just so obviously no one sees you. and you turn into this barn, and all across the floor, all on the walls, there is just chicken carcasses everywhere, blood spattered everywhere. You can smell like a weird sort of chemical smell and rot. And you can all make a sanity check, please.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't really afford to lose anymore.
Sanity? Sure you can. You didn't start with low sanity,
She
did you?
rolled 5 already. In fact, shouldn't she be doing something when she rolls 5?
I just noticed that.
I forgot about that. It's the condition.
What's my sanity supposed to be? I just
now.
realized it's sitting at 0.
It should be 50. Sorry, is it not loaded? It should start at 50.
I passed.
Yep, I did too.
The same as your power, I
Yeah,
think.
AJ Louis, yours is 50.
Your starting sanity should be the same as your starting power, I believe.
Yeah.
So whatever your power stat is.
Yeah. So
Whatever my. Okay, so yeah, 50.
and
I
then
failed.
roll 1d4 for the check.
There's no pushes or luck on sanity rolls, unfortunately.
No.
No, but I really don't see why seeing some young kid in a llama hat made me lose sanity.
Scared the shit out of you.
He spooked you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It scared the
It
shit
was-
out
Yeah,
of
but
you.
even if
Well,
you
you
got a
was
little
ta-
bit of twisted nerves or whatever, that's different than
You-
actual sanity.
Well, think about it this way. You already know that there's a person wandering around town
Killing people.
that has murdered someone
And it's
who
macheting
is wearing
people.
some kind of animal mask.
And then you saw somebody
You
jump
would
in front of
totally
the
be
van
spooked if
and
that face just popped up right in front of you.
I would not argue spook
It
at all.
moved from one side of the street to the other side of the street, literally in your face.
Oh, aye, that's a
Oh, it's
fact.
like a
Last
split second, right?
Yeah, that's freaky.
That's
that,
crazy.
Yeah.
You were saying it like
I missed that.
everyone else should have seen it, but no one else saw that. And
Aye,
you will.
I was looking when it happened
was
and
watching
never
this
saw it.
happen. Nothing.
So it's something weird or
Um,
supernatural. It's not just a kid in a mask. Is the point, I think.
Sanity roll tables.
Yeah, those.
Just don't let it be a slasher. I hate slashers. They're notoriously
you
difficult to
said,
kill.
like, a D4 of damage if you failed.
It's not damage. No.
Or sanity
Um,
damage.
You get a condition. I'm just trying to find where the roll table is.
Is it not in compendiums?
So I take it it's an
Madness.
unnatural amount of chicken corpses like spread over
Or
the
could be a
walls like
macro.
paste because we're in a place where they kill chickens routinely.
Yeah, this is not
This is not
normal treatment of these
Yeah.
chickens.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
been like
this
splattered
is,
against the walls and stuff.
Ridiculous. 1 second.
Just so everybody's aware, we are coming up on a half an hour until Adrian's
Until
heart
Adrian's-
stops.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking that. I'll come back to the
I'm happy
sanity
to push
thing
it
then.
to a third episode.
Yeah, I don't mind if we have a third session.
Unless you think we can finish this out in 30 minutes.
I would say yes, but there's obviously it all depends on what you guys do, so I can't say
Can't guarantee it.
100% that you would. It'll
should
definitely be
probably
done
push it
in.
then. We
It'll
don't wanna-
definitely be done in one more session. 100%.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could
yeah.
definitely get it done in one more. So
It's
will-
everybody else's call. I'm good either way, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
I just don't want to lose Adrian like right in the middle of the
Right at the
Yeah, of
right at the
course.
climax of the best thing happening.
Yeah.
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 So this is the barn that you're in. I'll just show you that, obviously, down here, and you've got
Is
all
it
the
in-
chickens. Oh, can you see it?
Yeah, I got it
Yeah.
now.
I can't zoom, but I can see it.
I will fix that. So so we'll do this. We'll do this. You're in the barn. You see all
Mhm.
these chickens. There's blood spattered everywhere. This isn't normal. This is not normal. Even if it was a slaughterhouse, this is beyond a normal
Yeah, 'cause it's just
chicken
strewn everywhere.
cull.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is bad. At the end of the room, you can see like a big office with a smaller room sort of attached, and
Is it lit?
well,
Overhead by lights?
there's no windows in the office, but you do see as you're looking.
No, I mean just
across...
electricity.
Oh, sorry, the room that you're
like
in.
the barn
Yeah.
we're in now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got them really, really horrible fluorescent
Is that
circular.
Is that also tinged red
lights.
because it's splattered with chicken blood?
There's probably a bit of blood spattered on them. It's not. Don't have that slight, but
Okay.
it's like that horrible pale yellow,
Yeah.
headache-inducing,
Sure.
horrible back rooms kind of light.
Slight buzz. Yeah.
Helium
that's-
lights. Yeah.
And as you're looking across this horror show, the door at the other end, you see the handle turn, the office, and that's where we'll leave it.
Nice.
Dun.
But yeah, definitely one more session,
Okay.
definitely,
Okay.
and then you're done.
Okay, excellent. I don't want Adrian to miss the climax.
No, of course, absolutely.
Okay, viewers. So
There you
as
go.
one of our players has a hard stop in half an hour, we're calling it there, and we're going to make it a third session. We don't know when yet. We'll get back to you on that. Okay.
We'll squeeze it in when something like we did today. So
We will squeeze it in like we did today. This was supposed to happen last night, didn't
Or a week
happen last
Monday,
night,
right?
and then got squeezed into possibly a week on Monday. All depends who's working and who's not. But
Yeah.
thank you, David.
Yeah.
We will get back
Right.
to this shortly.
my
Thank you,
pleasure.
that was fun. Nomi and Brian and Adrian, thank you. Let's say goodnight to everyone. Do the thing. This is Call of Cthulhu, The Mound in the Yard, Session 2. We will return shortly for Session 3. I'm RxOliver. These are my friends. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.